Alrighty. We got this thing going now. We're going to be Strixhaven drafting. It's been a cool set. I really like this set so far. I think the learn lesson system it's a really sweet mechanic. It's made picks really interesting for me. And the one really good deck we've had, we still only ended up 5-3 because we just didn't draw very well. But we ended up with a huge amount of lessons and a ton of learn cards, including Professor of Symbology, which just was amazing because we had removal in our wish board, where when you had that removal and a 2-mana learn creature, you could basically play it as a 5-mana removal spell, a 5-mana card draw spell, a 5-mana bigger creature with like the expanded anatomy. It just really was cool. So that part was great. Hopefully we can open a little better. The last one we did Tuesday was a 2-3. And it train wrecked hard. I think I made some really boneheaded picks looking back at it. But I also don't see any cards that I missed. I don't see anything that was just like so egregiously bad that was the obvious point. I just think the packs were pretty bad in our first two. And I kept kind of flip-flopping between colors trying to stay open, which normally I'm terrible at. I tend to like just train wreck right off the bat, off the first pick. If it's not open, I still force it. And so I've been trying to do better with that. It's like, all right, we'll stay open. Well, that draft turned into we stayed open the whole time, and that was bad because there was no lane. And so I was just willy-nilly taking cards in 4 and 5 different colors, and let's not do that again. Yeah, I'm with you, Kev. I think the drafts are actually more fun than the actual games because it's so interesting how like one little turning point will just make or break that draft. But with that in mind, let's go ahead and get into a draft. I'm excited. I'm hoping that we can have better luck. Maybe we can pull some LSV luck in this and get matching mythics or something in our first 2 packs. But we haven't opened that great the last 2 drafts. And we'll continue. All right, so I don't think Crows and Grip is where it's at in this format. I don't think Double Major is insanely playable because you have to copy a spell on the stack. So where's that leave us? That leaves us first picking either an Overgrown Arch or a Field Trip. Yuck. Field Trip pushes us more towards Quandrix than Overgrown Arch does. That's where I'm tentatively leaning. Ugh, this one's just not very good. I mean, Test of Talents has actually been better than expected. Yeah, I think it's Field Trip. Stay open in green more, because this really is a Witherbloom card. It's playable in Quandrix, but it's pretty Witherbloom. We're going to go Field Trip. See what we get. So we've got some good green cards and a Mage Hunter's Onslaught. Had we gone with the wall, I'd probably be more interested in this Mage Hunter's Onslaught. I think now we're between Mage Duel and Emergent Sequence. Both of these are really good picks. So Emergent Sequence plus Field Trip, we're just really pushing towards Quandrix. I think the Mage Duel might be the pick. I'm with you. It just depends on... I think we can pick up more ramp if we're wanting to be Quandrix. We're not going to get as many removal spells. So I'm going to go Mage Duel. And maybe we can, get something to come around. So now there's a Biomathematician. I'm not a big fan of that card. It just doesn't feel... I like emergent sequence when if you've already got big things to do. Like if you've got really good 4 and 5 drops, I really like it. It doesn't necessarily always get there. Here I'm kind of looking at practical research. The other it may just be it's arcane subtraction. I think actually this card's way overperformed. You get a mediocre combat trick that also says learn on it. And we're not really sending any signals for Quandrix this way because I don't think Biomathematician is that important. It does something different than what I want to be doing with Quandrix. I want to go big and tall, and this is trying to go wide. We'll go with the subtraction. All right, are we... Okay, so I think here Hunt for Specimens is just the best card in the pack. We maybe could go with Expanded Anatomy. I'm between Hunt and Expanded Anatomy on this pack. It feels like there's more of a black. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna go Hunt because then we're not committing to blue yet, and if Witherbloom's open, I feel like these two cards are fine in it. It's looking more like Silver Quill is what's open from this direction, but I think it's just a Pledge Mage here. Keeps us on where we just know we're green and we haven't committed to anything else yet. Yeah. I think we just go with this. I want some chonky boys if we're going Quandrix anyway, and the Magecraft ability is good in Witherbloom, so it just leaves us where we're not pigeonholing ourselves yet. Oh, man. Okay. Cultivator and Blood Researcher still here means we can probably pick whichever way we want to go, and I don't know what the answer is here. There's a Scurrid Colony too, making me think green's not super cut off. I think I like Quandrix Cultivator better than Blood Researcher here, but we do have 2 ways to gain life. Man, I'm not sure. I'm going to go with the Cultivator. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so here we could have taken Infuse if we had gone the other direction. I think it's just a Frost Trickster. I'm not, like, crazy about that card. The other option is just a Charge Through as a cantrip. Yeah, I think we'll take a Frost Trickster, but I'm not sure what direction we're heading with that entirely. Here I just like Negate. This is a card that I think got really underrated when the set first came out because we didn't really understand exactly how Learn and Lesson was going to work. Negate just says counter target lesson, if nothing else, and that's fine. The Frog has been solid too. I'm thinking this deck's going to go bigger, so I'd rather have the Negate. But, you know, we may end up with a deck where that's not true. We got the Arcane Subtraction back from our initial pack. I don't think Double Major is good enough to pick. Probably just going with another Arcane Subtraction and throwing this Hunt in the board. Test of Talents, when I have a Negate, I don't want as badly. Yeah, I mean, the other thing is we can try... You know what? I'm going to take Double Major and we're going to try it. It's probably terrible, but I would like to prove that it is. We're going to take the Campus here. I'll take a Biomathematician this late. I'm not high on it, but it'll fit in if it has to. Oh, Curate and Big Play are both kind of filler. I don't hate Big Play. I'm going to take a Silver Quill Campus from somebody. I'll take another Subtraction. I don't think that rare's that great in in this. All right, so now we're looking at yet another double rare we don't want. I think this is an easy divide by 0. The other option is Serpentine Curve. With a little bit of hope that like Vortex Runner comes around. If we get the cards I want, the runner's fine. I don't have enough ramp to be thinking that it's going to consistently be good, and I've been pretty happy with Divide. I think I'm going to keep loading up on Learn cards and hope that we end up with some lessons that we actually want to cast. Speaking of which, I think this is just an elemental summoning. Another field trip wouldn't have been bad either here. Quintorius is phenomenal if you're in Lorehold, but we're about as far from Lorehold as we could be. I don't think Mercurial Transformation's good enough. Field Trip's still good, but the first copy, this is our first lesson. I'm going to grab it. Verdant Mastery. Search your library for 4 basic land cards and reveal them. Put one of them onto the battlefield tapped under an opponent's control. Put 2 of them onto the battlefield under your control. Yeah, I just don't think that's where we're at. I think it's Burying Books. This seems like a pretty easy Burying Books to me. It's good removal. It's really good removal on tokens. Looks like the lesson is already gone from this pack. So, yeah, we'll go with Bury. That uncommon Simic's fine, too. Okay, here is tougher. I like Mage Duel, but I really like Cultivate, too. What do we got? We've got 1 Mage Duel, 1 Burying Books, and we have 1 Field Trip. Yeah, I think Cultivate is better enough. Yeah, I like it here. We can maybe hope we get one of the green cards on the wheel. No guarantees. I don't think I'm in love with enough of anything here that I'm just going to take an Introduction to Annihilation. Biograph's fine, but in this deck it's just a 5-mana 5/4. Would definitely love the Witherbloom Apprentice if that's where we had ended up, but it's not. So I think we're going intro. Just take a card that we know we're going to play. We're definitely taking a... Oh, man. Barrier Fractal. So the blue cards are flowing because that's a late Berry and a late Fractal. Man. Yeah, I think it is Fractal Summoning here because we don't have one yet. This is a... Pick 6 for these 2 cards to both be here looks really good for us. But I'm going to take the Fractal just because I want more unique lessons. Here's a Eureka moment. This is a card we were really wanting. I like Field Trip too, but this basically does a similar thing. And we're getting an instant draw cards. I think we need the card draw. Seeing Field Trip and Trickster this late means I think we're in the right lane, which feels really good. Now we're basically hoping that we like open a Bookworm pack 3 and we'll be in good shape. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. Is I think we've got a decent start. Oh man, we got Decisive Denial as an 8th pick and a Eureka Moment as an 8th pick. So this is a mana leak for non-creature spells. I think we're gonna go with this here, Kev. I got my card draw spell, so now I'm happy to take a Decisive Denial. Eureka Moment's really good, though. I'm sad that this is the last pack we're seeing. I think we could have gotten both cards out of it because nobody wanted either one of them. Yeah, we didn't really wheel anything good here, unfortunately. Yuck. I don't really like playing Reject. I'm going to hilariously Spec on Team Pennant. Yeah, I like that this is a fight spell that also is a negate mana leak. That, yeah, we're just going to spec on this if we keep getting... I mean, I'll take this for the board here at pick 10, but I'm not, like, thrilled with it. We're going to take the green card, but it's 6 mana to put 2 lands into play. And, yeah, I'm not sold that we're playing that, but... with already, what do we have? We have 2 Arcanes, a Divide, a Field Trip. We have 4 Learn cards. I think I'm going to take a Scurrid. Yeah, I like the Squirrel here. We'll just take the Agonizing Remorse because it's pretty. Hey, we got a Befuddler. We might play that. And a last pick Cram Session is playable if we need it. This is probably Dreamstrix. It learns when it dies. It's a 3/2 flyer for 3. If it wasn't in the pack, I'm probably looking at a Field Trip. But we'll take a rare that's actually in our colors for the first one of the draft. Opening hasn't been in our favor, but I think the rest of the deck is pretty solid. If blue is as open from this direction as it was the other direction, we're going to be in really good shape. Here, there's a few cards I like, so I do want to note we didn't wheel the Vortex Runner last time. We're starting to look more like we would not mind having that card. Leyline Invocation has actually overperformed. It's a 6/6 for 6, so it's a honkin' chonker. Right now we just have a Witherbloom Pledge Mage. I'm between Runner, Invocation, and Introduction to Prophecy. And the way I've kind of drafted the rest of this, I think I want the Invocation as some top end. I just don't feel like we have the top end that I want. I'll probably take a Needlethorn Drake here. I'm fine with this. Expanded Anatomy is the other option, but with only 1 Mage Duel, 1 Berry, I think I want the Needlethorn Drake. If we were white, we'd be snapping up Professor of Symbology, but we'll take a Drake. I think that's just a solid card to have in these. Oh my god. There should never be a Poet's Quill pick 4. This is disgustingly disrespectful to that card. It's just amazing. But I don't think we can take it. I think we're taking a Eureka moment, and I'm still trying to figure out if I can take this Poet's Quill, because... Oh, why did it have to be pack 3? I would have taken it earlier. Eureka Moment's such a good card for this deck, though. I really hate to... Yeah, we do have Cultivate. You know, Kev, you're trying to make me think... You know what? Screw it. We're taking it because it's just too good of a card. It's disrespectful that it's still there. Now we have to pick between the Witherbloom Campus and a Fractal Summoning. I think the Fractal Summoning is too good here. Although I have one. How many? What do I have? I have one Mercurial, 1 Elemental, 1 Fractal. You know what? We're going to take a Campus, try to go all in on our Poet's Quill. Another Quandrix Campus makes it where we can play a Swamp easier, too. I don't think I'll miss a Needlethorn Drake over missing out on the Poet's Quill. So we're going to go for it. I mean, if we're already splashing Poet's Quill, I'm thinking about Moldering Karak or Crushing Disappointment, because I really don't like a Curate. It's not that bad here. I'm not sure. Take the 2/4? Yeah, I mean, we're a little creature light. I'll snag it. We may not play it. I'm not sure we're playing anything out of that. Oh, man. Now I'm thinking it's probably Zoomancy. We're just missing a little bit. How many creatures do we have? We have 9. Yeah. I'm going to take the Zoomancy. Wish we could take Field Trip or Witherbloom Campus, but I need some creachies. I'll take the Field Trip here, though, because I don't think either of these creatures is good enough to pass a Field Trip. We wield a Vortex Runner. Vortex Runner with a Poet's Quill sounds pretty great to me. I actually might... We'll play a Letter potentially just because it helps splash. Wow. I'm going to take the Eureka moment even though there's a Needlethorn Drake because I really like that. I'll maybe play an Archway Commons in this deck. Charge Through's a cantrip, and we're not playing Essence Infusion. Alright. Not a perfect draft. I will train wreck over a beautiful, beautiful rare like Poet's Quill, though. So if that's what we did, I'll get over it. I'm going to bring these down here so we know what we have for now. And then we'll... so we've got 4... They're not anything to like write home about, but they're fine. So we're really at 47 cards. We have 7 cuts. I'm not sure we're playing 2 swamps, but we might be. Maybe we're playing 2 swamps and we're not playing the Archway Commons. Yeah, I think we only need 1 swamp, and we'll add in probably a forest. I'm not sure. This mana base is going to be tricky. We'll start with this and then... Because what that gives us 8-8 or 9-9. Yeah. So that's like... So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And we're at 9 and 9 on green and blue. We are a little heavier blue. And we're not really double green. Yeah, maybe we'll go to 7 islands, 5 forests. I think I'm okay with that. I like Leyline, I like Berry, I like Witherbloom, I like all my 4s. I'm not sure we need the charge through, but it's not awful either. What are we looking at learn cards? So I'm going to move this into this pile just so we can move these over here. So we have Arcane Subtractions, 2 of those, a Poet's Quill, a Cram Session, which might be a cut, a Divide, a Dream Strix, 2 Field Trips. Yeah, we're not hurting for Learn. Where I think I'm going to cut Cram Session. It feels like the weakest of the options there. So that's 1... We need to cut 6 more. We'll move this back over and move these back into where they were. I just wanted to check what we had for learn cards. Oh, do we really want a Befuddler? I'm going to cut it for now because I'm just not sure that I want it. I'm not sure Big Play is a card we need. We can always change our mind on that. So... That's another Needlethorn Drake, another Colony, another Dream Strix if we have enough mana. I'm going to try Double Major. I think it's bad. But we can't find out without playing it. So we only have 10 creatures technically. How many do we not? I don't even think we have... Yeah, we don't have anything that makes creature. Oh, we have 1. So we have like 11 creatures. Plus we have 2 creatures in the board we get to go make. So I don't think we're cutting creatures. I think I'm going to cut Crash Through just because it's fine, but I feel like we're going to draw a decent amount of cards that I'm not that worried about it. We might actually be cutting 1 of the Arcane Subtractions because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have so many learn cards and only 4, really only 3 lessons that I want. The Mercurial Transformation is meh. We're going to try it that way. I'm going to move these back up here now that I kind of understand where I'm at. And then we got to cut 2 more cards. Part of me thinks it's the 2/4, the Spine Karak, although that wearing a Poet's Quill is just fine. It might be double major, as much as I hate to admit it, just because I like trying out bad cards. The other options are like, yeah, I think it's between like Spine Karok, double major, and I don't really want to cut creatures that badly. I wonder if we can just, like, get rid of the other subtraction. We're at, like, 6/2 mana plays, and Poet's Quill doesn't really count, because it's very unlikely we have black on 2. Oh, I'm going to shave the Karok and probably regret it. We can always bring him back. And then I think the right call is just to get rid of double major, and we'll try this. I don't know. We'll play a game and reassess if we think we're off. Went a little crazy, train wrecking into black to get that Poet's Quill in, but I just feel like it's such a good card in this format that I want it in the deck. Cultivate convinced me that I could do it. We'll find out. I mean, we have good mana and some creatures. I'm going to try it. Now we have all the mana we could hope for. Seems alright. What do they got? If they play a 3/3, I'm probably dropping a Needlethorn Drake. We're probably just playing the Drake anyway because the Scurrid Colony is better late game. They have nothing. I think I'm just going to run out the Colony, because if they're holding up a reject, I'll just let them reject my 2/2 and get over it. Nope, they're just making a treasure. That's fine. Lotus Petal for 2 mana is not the end of the world. Maybe they have a really sweet 4-drop, though. Expressive Iteration, great card. I think if we venture into Historic Phoenix, we're going to be playing that card. This is a really good use of it, too. So you get the free land off of it, and you get to draw a card. Drawing 2 cards for 2 mana seems really good. Prismari Apprentice. Alright. Here, I'm going to offer the trade because I think their card is better than mine over the long haul, and then I'm just going to field trip. Putting a forest into play and grabbing elemental summoning. We'll make a 4/4 next turn. For some reason these don't like to click. That's alright. So we get hit for 2. We'll see what they do. They do nothing. That makes me wonder if they're holding some sort of counter spell, but I don't really care. So I'm gonna jam. Nope, alright. 4 mana. What could you have for 4 mana? Is it a divide? Divide doesn't work on that. It could be... I don't know what they've got. Maybe they've got a heated debate, and they're gonna do 4 damage to it. That would make sense. We're definitely not in need of any more lands. We've found 9 of them already, but that means there's only 8 lands left in our 28 card deck. Yep, there's the heated debate. That's kind of what I expected it to be. We're only 3 turns away from our Scurrid Colony being a 4/4, so, and with a Prismari Apprentice on the board, I just don't feel like we're blocking it very often, so I'm just gonna go for the trade damage back and forth for a little bit here. We'll leave Needlethorn Drake back, more than likely, to force them to play cards at sorcery speed, but, well, they liked both on top. That's not great for us. Get in for 2, and alrighty. There's a card we wanted to see. Let's get in for Dose. See what they got going on. They're going to just take it. We're going to actually bait with Needlethorn here. I don't think they have any spells for countering, but, you know, we'll find out. They're holding priority, so maybe they have a reject. I couldn't play around reject either way with this. It's a divide by 0, so that just puts it back in my hand, and they get to go get something. We don't know what. Scurrid Colony's getting closer and closer to being a chunky boy. They just go get an Environmental Sciences. Maybe they're playing a third color, otherwise their wish board must not be very good. They didn't learn very many lessons, if that's their best option. Ruth is good. A 1/4 is not the easiest to get through here. Not 100% sure if we're trading off the Needlethorn Drake if they give me the option. They didn't give me the option because it's unblockable now, so that makes my choice really easy. That no, we're not trading off the Needlethorn Drake because it's not possible. Alright, we're going to put the Zoo Boy down. And then we're going to make sure we get all the lands out of our deck so that we stop drawing them. We are down to 3 lands in the entire deck. We'll just hit with both because we have good blocks with the Zoomancy for the Prismari Apprentice if that's something that we have an option to do. Not a bad start here. We're a little flooded, but okay, that's a big boy. That's a problem for us because they just made two 7/7s. So as I was saying, we were off to a fine start. There's 14 power on the board. I just went from feeling okay to feeling like we died. We'll be able to fight one of them. So that's, you know, not the worst thing in the world, but yikes. This isn't going so hot for us now. We'll see what they try to do here. At least Needlethorn Drake is doing some good work for us here. They'll replay Rutha. That makes sense. I want to see what they do. So they're just going to swing with 1. I'm just going to do this. And if they make me pick something else, nope, we're just going to kill one of them. Alright. We're going to go ahead and scry here on their instep. We're going to bottom one of the only 2 lands left in the deck. And then I'm actually going to try to fight down the Rutha because I think that is going to be one of the bigger problems for us moving forward. I know there's a 7/7 on the board, but we can technically trade for that if we have to, where Rutha returning to their hand and doubling spells all night is going to get real old real fast. Alright. Got it off the board. Do they have a way to kill my squirrel now? If they had a heated debate, they could have already done it. So, negate's fine. This definitely isn't the situation where we're like really wanting a negate. But at least we get to scry again. I don't like scrying on upkeep there. I think that gets done a little too often. It's fine, but we have some like 6 mana cards that like will make a honking chunker if we can find our invocation. That's gonna get us back in this game. So I prefer to stay back with our colonies. What we'd really like to see here is like an arcane subtraction to go get a fractal summoning. That would have been a way better draw than negate, but here we get to negate an elemental masterpiece, which feels really good. And then we'll see what we have on top. Another land. Okay, no, don't want the lands. Divide by 0. That is perfectly good. We'll sit back on it. I think I'm getting in with the Scurrid Colony here, though, because we'll be able to divide by 0. Actually, I'm getting in with both. Because if they want to trade, I'm okay with it. We're going to take 7 now, but I think we can make that work. It's a little aggressive. It may not be the right line, but they were smart when they added value 1 or greater to this, because I would just be killing this in learning if I had the option. Gonna just take 7, go to 6. We'll see what's happening here. Yeah, we just have to divide by 0 that, because I can't let them put a 9/9 into play, but that's really bad for us because they're still just going to get to recast it next turn. Heated debate kills my squirrel. That's not good for me. We're going to get fractal summoning. And we're going to... Well, we have to let this go out of the way because for some reason I can't get these to click. Only when I'm streaming they don't click. I don't understand. But Vortex Runner. Is Vortex Runner good enough here? It might be because we're going to make just a massive... So we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. I'm going to make a 9/9... They're going to make a 10/10 and outclass my 9/9, but at least I get to... Yeah, I don't know. We hope we top deck. So now we are going to scry on upkeep. Because if we find Mage Duel, if they just go for a 10/10 here, we get to Mage Duel down the 10/10, and we'll be in really good shape. If that's not what happens, I don't know what we're doing here. We're starting to get iffy. Burying Books, also perfectly good here. I have to block. I die if I don't. So I don't know what they have. They must have some sort of removal spell. They have a Pigment Storm that still does 3 to me. But they don't get to cast the Serpentine Curse. So that part's alright. We're going to scry on upkeep. We find Island. No, Island isn't what we want here. Alright, let's draw... go to main. We have 6 mana. I'm going to make an 11/11 here. Maybe I'm supposed to Vortex Runner. Maybe I'm supposed to Vortex Runner. They have a spell. That's not great for us. It's just Pop Quiz. I say just because it didn't counter my 11/11, but I think they get to make like a 12/12 or bigger here, and... That's not great. And they have an introduction to Annihilation. Alright. Not what we were wanting to see here from our opponent. This is a really grindy game. Not drawing either of our removal spells. There's our Burying Books. I think we're just going to take a natural draw here. There's a Mage Duel. So we're actually going to Mage Duel down the Rutha, because if we don't, they get to make 2 of these, and we can't let that happen. This is going to let us bury in Books their creature that they're going to make as a token. They still have way too many cards to worry about whether we're going to get to deck somebody or not here, so... This is a really interesting game. If they don't have an answer for Vortex Runner, we're in pretty good shape. But we're also at 3, so the fact that they have a 14/14 on the board now, I'm actually going to scry here because I'll just bury in Books later. That's a Poet's Quill. Hilariously, we only have 1 black mana. I'm going to draw it still because I want it in play. I'm going to attack. It can't be blocked. We're going to Poet's Quill. We're going to learn. That's going to get us an introduction to Annihilation. And I think we're just going to intro to Annihilate. And now Vortex Runner is lethal if they have no interaction. On top of that, Burying Books gets a hasty creature here for us if they attack, right? If it's tapped. Yeah, if it's attacking, it only costs 3 mana. So... I don't feel too bad here. I There's definitely ways we lose. There's the 3 mana to anything spell. We got there. That feels really good. That game was hit or miss, and I think their Poet's Quill actually wins us the game with the learn and adding the extra point of damage. Pretty excited. Excited to see Poet's Quill doing some work. We're 1-0. So after that, what are we thinking? I actually wouldn't mind the Befuddler or the Arcane Subtraction or the Spined Karok. Double Major is like... We had so much mana there that it's hard for me to say. I'm going to play one more and then... You know, we'll see. Maybe there's something that I'm missing there. Subtraction's really good. Opponent goes first. I have a Vortex Runner into a Eureka Moment into a Witherbloom Pledge Mage with a Burying Books in hand. I'm happy. Definitely a keepable hand here. Plains makes me think they're going to be a little more aggressive. Double Plains into Eager First Year really makes me think they're going to be aggressive. So we're wanting to get something. Yeah, let's just go with a Vortex Runner here. I think they have a Study Break, so we'll see if they use it. Maybe they just pause with something else. I don't know. 4 mana. We'll see if they play anything before combat. If they're smart, they won't, because I'll probably let it through. Yeah, I don't have any tricks right now, so I'm going to just take 2. See what they play. Spectre. Spectre's really good. I think we're just holding up Burying Books and Eureka Moment here, passing the turn. We may have to bottom Spectre. The nice part here is we get to block. They're just going to Spectre. Huh. If we put a land into play, we still don't have 6 mana next turn. I think I'm going to take it. I want to draw the cards here. Owl and Shield Mage. That's a tough one for us to deal with. Let's put a forest into play. Alright. Well, Needlethorn Drake is here at the right time. We're going to put that bad boy into play. And I think actually... Do we cultivate or field trip? We don't need black, and I don't think I need to hold up berry. So we're gonna field trip. I'm gonna put a forest into play. And I'm gonna get an introduction to Annihilation. I think we've gotta take one of their creatures off the board. I don't know. This is actually looking like a Silver Quill deck that lines up well against what we're doing. Not all of them do. There's a Dueling Coach. We're going to put a counter on Spectre. Okay. Are we swinging? They may swing Owl and Shield Mage, hoping that I'll not... Okay, they're swinging everything. I mean, I'll bite. Show me that indestructible spell for 1 mana. No? Okay. Well, we have 7 mana. So we can annihilate the Owl and Shield Mage and then Arcane Subtraction something? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to go to 6 to do it, but we have to. We have to get rid of the flyer here. I don't think we have much in the tank that's gonna matter. Unfortunately, Archway Commons bites us here. Really don't like having to play one, but really wanted to play our Poet's Quill. So... Yeah, hey Pretend Object, what's up? Just started streaming Magic this week. We're enjoying it so far. Strixhaven's a really cool set. I know you don't really play as much as you used to, if at all, anymore, but I've been really impressed with this set. There's a cool mechanic where you can get some pretty sweet cards out of your sideboard, and that's been good for us. We're just gonna go get... is it the Elemental or the Fractal here? I think it's just the Elemental. Don't want to lose my Vortex Runner. We're gonna go to 2 though. Are we gonna go... Oh, GG's, I missed that. Alright. Well, Pretend Object, you got to come in right at the point to watch me not play around a card that sold out of Magic and turned it into Warhammer models. You know, I've heard that story before. Warhammer is one of those games, I have a feeling that I need to stay away from it. Because if I got into it, I might be as deep into it financially as I am Magic, and my wife might murder me. So, happy wife, happy life, lack of Warhammer. I'm okay with that. Between Magic and playing bass in the Honky Tonk Band, I'm busy enough. Alright, so we got run over. Do we want to overreact to that? The Jason answer is usually yes. I think we're still too creature light. I'm going to try to find room for these two. Where they fit, I'm not sure. I'm actually going to cut Letter of Acceptance because we're ramping like a mofo. I don't think we need more ramp. And then I don't know what it is. It should be a non-creature spell if I'm listening to myself. The other option is just to go down to... I'm actually going to go down to 16 lands like a crazy person, and we're going to test the theory that the Moto Magic Arena Shuffler will not screw me over. Yeah, we're going to try that. Here comes the land screw. We've been flooding the rest of the time. Yeah, I'm actually looking at decreasing my paper Magic to Pretend Object because all of our gigs for our band are on Fridays and Saturdays. So I think I'm going to get out of competitive Magic, and then I'm thinking about building a Peasant Cube. So playing, oh wow, there's Magic Beer. Look at the Magic Beer. This is impressive. Everybody say hi to Kelsey as she disappears.
There's like, how many are there?
Well, Zach and Kev are hanging out
guys.
right now.
Good
So
to
Zach
see
Jones
you.
is in chat.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah,
If
so...
come up this way, you gotta hang out.
Yeah, Zach, it's an open invitation if you're ever in town. We gotta hang out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking is Arena's just better for the schedule. So that's what we're going to go with. Here, do we want to draw a land? We actually do. So we'll go get Swamp Forest. Put the swamp into play. Gotta love that I left the non-full... she's too fast for the chat delay there, Zach. But yeah, like I said, open invitation. Come on up and hang out. Let's see. We have 5 mana. What are we playing? Is it just Chonky Boy? I think Chonky Boy is the most mana efficient here. Next turn we can Quandrix Cultivator and leave up Negate, which is pretty sweet. I think that's our plan. Opponent swinging in, we're going to take 2. I have the Chonkies. And we can make Chonkies fight this next turn. That's our other option, depending on what they do here. We get to just use the Chonky as a removal spell. Fuming Effigy, yeah. Oh man, this is beautiful. So, if we Decisive Denial, this only, yeah, okay. We're going to use the big boy as a removal spell for everything. and still get to leave up negate. So now we'll tap a green. Kill this too. Swing in for 6. Thank you, opponent. That was nice. We get to swing for 6 and leave up negate. That was amazing. That does not stop that thing from existing, though. That's unfortunate. So they've got a 3/4. We have 5 mana. I'm gonna go for the Quandrix Cultivator. We're gonna grab an island. And we're just going to leave up negate and befuddler on top of having a blocker back. Opponent's at 9. Don't think we have a pump spell on the board, so they're going to go for the attack. It's free here, and they get to potentially get a free card out of it. No, they're not going to go for the attack. They're not sure. I think they realize that they got to leave somebody back. Lorehold Apprentice. A card I am super unimpressed with. Twin Scroll Shaman. Let's just get this baby out there for a little bit of board presence. Okay, so they have no tricks. They're at 9. Do we just Zoomancy, leave up negate? Do we field trip to go get a removal spell, leaving up negate? I'm not sure where our line is. So they kind of clogged the board on me here. I'm also curious if I'm willing to trade Witherbloom Pledge Mage for a Dust Speaker, and I think the answer is no. I think I'm going to field trip. We're going to get another land. We're going to go grab Annihilation. And we're going to hold up negate. That's my plan right now. Not sure it's right. But I like negate here because I'm not sure what they're doing. It feels like it could give us a good advantage here. I don't know, though. This is actually one of the better looking Lorehold decks I've seen in a while because of the... Yes, they're going to attack with Ardent Dust Speaker and Twin Scroll Shaman. We're going to block like this, and we're going to see if they can find a way to blow us out. What's going to be sweet... So... The Magecraft resolves. It gets first strike. Yeah, I'm not about that life. I would prefer that we just eat their 2 creatures. Feels good. Alright, so yeah. Negate wins the game. This is what I was talking about in this set. I really think Negate is good. They're going to steal my Witherbloom Pledge Mage for the lulz. I am going to choose to win the game. We have chosen to win the game. Alright, so negate blows them out. New tech. Negate is the new combat trick, apparently. Worked out pretty good. I've been really impressed with it. I try not to overdraft it. Happens with me. It's kind of my thing. But hey, we're 2-0. Splashing the Poet's Quill hasn't bit us in the ass yet. Did we fit those creatures in? We did, right? I think that feels right. I almost want another Arcane Subtraction because combat tricks are feeling pretty good. Let's see if there's something... the Befuddler kind of fits that role too. Yeah, maybe we'll just keep it as is. I'm pretty happy. The other thing is we have 1 Campus, 1 Swamp. I'm going to pull the Archway Commons for an island. I just don't want to play that land. Every time we've drawn it, it's been crappy. We're going to put the right swamp in now, too. Right. Matching. We're going to call it matching. There is no wrong swamp. Save and exit. Oh, we did the wrong thing. Yeah, so we need to go back into... No. Oh, man. Sometimes I am bad at navigating the arenas. Glad y'all are patient with me, because that was pretty dumb. Alright, Premier Draft Strixhaven. That's what we were doing. And yeah, we're just going to play another game. 2-0. Better than our last one that started 0-2 and ended 2-3 with a deck that had 6 colors, I think. And 0 good cards. It was bad. Don't recommend. 0 out of 0. Would not recommend. Alright, we're on the draw. Am I that greedy? The answer is yes. And we haven't lost yet, so we can lose a game to me keeping a bad hand, right? That's how that's supposed to work. They're hunting for the specimens. We have no specimens over here, but they found one. A little pest. They'd be kind of cute if it wasn't for all those teeth. Ew. A little creepy. They got a pest summoning, so they found more pests with their pest. Cool. I don't think we're going to waste Arcane Subtraction here. They don't have the black land. That feels okay. Yeah, I'm not saving 1 damage with an Arcane Subtraction, and they don't have a play. Alright, we're going to go wider, I think, because Silver Quill's probably playing some removal over there. And putting 2 bodies on the board seems good. They're going to put 2 more bodies on the board. I don't really care. We could put a 2-4 on the board, but I'm going to leave up Eureka Moment and pass the turn. We're looking to get our Honk and Chonker down and go from there. Yeah, so we're just going to Eureka Moment, attempt to bury them under card advantage. That's our goal. And I think in the blue decks in this format, as in about every format, so we don't find a land. We do find a swamp at least here. I was going to say, if we don't find a land, that's going to be bad. So none of our plays are fantastic here. I'm going to go Spined Karok and just leave up Negate. Yeah, if they want to trade 2 pests for a Biomathematician at this point in the game, I'm okay with it. They do not. We will take 2 free damage. We're perfectly good with that. They have a Crushing Disappointment. They get to draw 2 cards. Honestly, right now, that doesn't bother me as much as getting a removal spell with this negate or a better card in general. So they are in Abzan instead of just black-white. We can't do anything about the Witherbloom Apprentice. That card could become a problem. That we might have to do something about. We'll probably Arcane Subtraction something here if we don't get to play Negate, just to make sure that we're using our mana and we're learning. Yeah, so they've got the Apprentices. Is it a good use? Well, we get to play a 4/4 if nothing else. Yeah, I'm just going to fire it off to go get Elemental Summoning. Not sure on that one. So there's a Poet's Quill. I think we have 5 mana. Once this gets out of my way. Yes, we have 5 mana. I'm leaning towards... So this gets the Pumpies, right? Yeah. Let's go Frost Trickster. Tapping this down into Poet's Quill. We'll learn again. This time we'll grab Intro to Annihilation. And we'll offer the 2/2 up for trade again. We've got 3 blockers back. The goal here is that our Frost Trickster lives. We get to hook it up with a Poet's Quill and go nuts. And we're hoping they're going to try to blow us out. So they go with the Owl and Shield Mage. That's a good card. The cool part here is I am fine with just trading my Frost Trickster for their Owlin Shield Mage. I think that's totally fine. So I don't know if they have anything. They don't right now. We'll attack with Frost Trickster. Try to force them into doing something. See if they want to block. They do. They don't. They do. They don't. They do. Alright, so they block. We trade off. I think I'm going to get the chance to get a Needlethorn Drake down. They are holding up some sort of spell. I'm not sure what it is. It's either the life gain and do the little trick thing, something. Yeah, so I don't know about our position, but I think this Poet's Quill... Poet's Quill is a card that I think... This is the reason I drafted it. Giving lifelink to all your kind of crappy creatures just puts you in a position where you don't mind trading off. They have to slog through so much. Now, Divine Gambit here is hilarious, but at least we get to put a Witherblown Pledge Mage into play, so we get some chunky out of it. That part's good. Divine Gambit looking good here. I think that's one of those situations where the card is fine. So we're at 6 mana. Do we have anything? We don't really have any tricks. If they want to start chump blocking, I'm fine with it. Probably should have attacked with more than just one. Yeah, I think that was a mistake. I'm going to get the Scurrid Colony down, and then we're leaving up Eureka Moment and Negate. I'm happy with that. They get to scry here. The scry lands are good. Decided not to equip there. Maybe we're supposed to equip Witherbloom Pledge Mage with lifelink instead. We probably are. So they get to hunt here. I think I'm just going to let that go. Let them learn, because now we'll just negate the Necrotic Fumes. We gain a life with our Pledge Mage. Counter their non-creature spell. One of their things gets a pump. And we go to combat. They're going to send it in. I will gladly trade a 1/1 just to get that off the board. We can't equip Poet's Quill while it's not in play either. For those of you that totally missed that or didn't miss that like I did, it's really hard to equip a card they Divine Gambited. That's the thing with streaming. Sometimes you forget what just happened. I'm fine with just about any trade off of any of these that they want to do. So we're just going to start getting in there. The really fun thing here is if they just try to block... Okay, so they did that. That's fine. What we were going to potentially try to do there is if they block Scurrid Colony with a 2/2, we were going to Eureka Moment mid-combat. So how many lands do we have? Do we just play I think I'm just going to play to the board. The odds that they're playing the Planar Cleansing, pretty low. Triple white in their 3-color deck. Now, Bookworm. Bookworm's a really good reason to have saved Introduction to Annihilation. In fact, I don't really agree with them playing it into this board. You attack, you attack, you attack, you attack. You know what? You get in there too. Everybody attack. They're just taking it all and going to 5. Alright. I feel like we're in good shape here. That thing's huge, but it doesn't really matter here, does it? Tenured Inkcaster's good. Okay, there's a Slight improvement, but you can't really attack here because I'll just Needlethorn Drake it. Alright. This is pretty sweet. So what are we fighting? I think we're... So if we fight this with this, they have 3 blockers. I think we... So if we Professor here, we fight one of their things, they have 3 blocker. Yeah, alright. We'll play the Professor. It fights the Witherbloom Apprentice, and if I did my math right, they now have 3 blockers for 4 creatures, and they're dead. Okay, so they're gonna block there, but anytime it attacks or blocks, they have to sacrifice a creature, so one of their things is gonna die anyway. Pretty sure they take 5 and I win. Math is hard, but I think I got there. They're sacking the Inkcaster, but exacts these, and we got it. All right, 3-0? Is that where we're sitting? We're feeling good. This deck's really solid. This is my first time getting to draft a Quandrix deck, and in true Jason fashion, we added a Poet's Quill in Pack 3. But it's felt good. We needed to add those 2 creatures, I think, like we did after the first game. We were a little creature light, and that was too greedy. Especially since Poet's Quill is the best card in our deck. It does go get creatures with the summonings in our sideboard, but I really am much, much happier having this going. What's everybody think? We got a chance to go 7 wins here. I'm feeling optimistic. The last time we started 5-0, we ended 5-3 though. So we're not going to try to get ahead of ourselves here. If we can, we get up against a platinum opponent, of course. I think I'm fine with this. We've got a mana leak for non-creature spells into Divide by 0, into a Eureka or a Zoomancy. It's solid. It's nothing to write home about, but having a 2-3-4 curve in Limited, I'm happy. And we're on the play. Don't want to use Decisive Denial as a crappy mana leak if I don't have to, but I will if they play a good enough non-creature spell. Like if they try to ramp here. Nope, just a Quandrix Apprentice, so we can't do anything about that. This is where an Environmental Sciences would be a really, really good card to have. We'll see what they play. They play Strixhaven Stadium. Do I need to learn that badly? I don't think so. I'm actually going to just counter this. With us not getting to the board yet, I actually think that card could matter. Normally I wouldn't think that, but they were going to get some pretty quick counters on it. Alright, here we're going to try to befuddle their apprentice. That's really good here. Okay, so they're winning out on the card advantage big time. Not going good for us this game. So I had to mention that we were undefeated because I wanted to make sure that we lose a game. And this one's looking like it. Because I think we're going to Divide by 0 the Apprentice. Because this just trades for it. This is more mana efficient. It's not like a great play by any means, but I'll take an elemental summoning here and... Wow! Okay, so lands are not in the deck anymore. Cool. Yep, you got a Quandrix Apprentice. You got a Quandrix Pledge Mage. I'm left with nothing. We don't draw a land here. Well, that's not really a land, but we're going to treat it like one. We're going to go get Intro to Annihilation. We're not attacking. They're just going to boot up the Quandrix Apprentice as a flyer and start murdering us. We missed too many land drops. Yeah. There's basically nothing else to the story than we missed too many land drops. Not having a spell before combat to use up for the Quandrix Pledge Mage to get bigger feels good for us, actually. Surprisingly makes me feel like we're moderately in the game. Needlethorn Drake's not the worst thing in the world to see here. I think we just have to cultivate here, hope that they don't have a reject, and we gotta go get a land. We're literally playing this card because we need lands in play. I don't mind our Bullfrog sitting back for a little bit of Frog Wizard action. Them having the floats is a bit of a problem for us here. But our 3/4 Cultivators got a chance to start bashing where maybe we can get frisky here eventually. That's a big boy. That makes me less likely to get frisky. 6 mana. So we can annihilate something. This is non-land permanent. If we really need to, we can annihilate the boots, but that feels bad. We can Zoomancy and keep up Arcane Subtraction. I think that's my line here. See if they have a reject. They have something, but I'm not sure what it is. We're not going to attack Quandrix Cultivator into a 5/5, because that's dumb. I prefer to play less dumb. I don't always do it, but, you know, we're trying. We're trying not to make every mistake. Yeah, you get to have a floaty 5/5. We may actually have to Introduction to Annihilation a Zephyr Boots, which is like the worst feeling I've had in a long time. I think I'm just going to Arcane. Alright, if we take 6 here, we go to 8. They're still sitting at 20. What are we going and getting, though? We're going and getting a crappy card. I'm going to do it. I just don't want to take the 4 extra damage. I think it's wrong. I'm going to get Mercurial Transformation. Maybe we can draw like a Mage Duel or something and make that a good card. It's not a good card right now. But we can hope. We can also turn this into an octopus. I've seen it done. Alright, so they're just going wide, and they have floaty boys. That's an uncastable Poet's Quill. Alright. So if we annihilate the Zephyr Boots, which just feels awful, but might be the play, where does that put us? It puts us with less creatures on board and just not a great situation, but I don't think we can beat an endless stream of flyers here either. So this is a play where I think I'm losing this game. I'm just going to say I think we're losing this game. The only line I see giving us a slightly higher chance is to get rid of the Zephyr Boots and put it where we have a more even board. We're still behind, but we're not getting hit for 5 in the air. Right now it's a 2-turn clock. Test of Talents. That's good game. Yeah. I'm going to play it out, but that's game. The fact that our opponent was willing to use that card to protect their boots makes me think I was right, that that's the card we're losing to. We're really losing to not drawing lands early in the game. But the combination of not drawing lands and then not being able to block flyers is what we're going to lose to. It's a combination of the two, but it didn't go well here. This is a good Quandrix deck. This is a better deck than ours. We don't have any Pledge Mages or Apprentices. Those are two cards I'd really like to have. So we can literally... I think we have to Eureka Moment, hoping to find a Mage Duel to kill the Weatherballoon Pledge Mage. And even then, I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. Good game. Still had more things to just smack me in the face with. Alright. So that's how not to win in this format. Our keep was a little greedy. We ended up without enough lands. And then our opponent just had a better draw, better deck. So if we're going to pick a game... We have 2 losses now? Man, I missed our other loss. That sucks. Because now we need to win 2 more or we're out of gems for these drafts. Dang. I don't know where I missed a loss in there. Pretending that we didn't lose more games. That's it's not tricking the client, though. So, Arena, if you could let me erase one of those, that'd be sweet. Hoping for the best here. I'd be really happy with 4 wins. We'd get to within 100 gems of being alright. Opponent goes first. This is a hand that has enough things that I'm going to keep it. Would like to find another untapped land for 3, because I'd kind of want to be able to play the Befuddler, but I also don't need to. Yeah, since we don't really have a good block there, I'm just going to play the Campus tapped and pass the turn. We may actually be cultivating. Alright, so... We're either playing a Dream Strix, a Frost Trickster, or a Cultivate. I think actually... I'm going to play one of the creatures, and then we're going to be able to cultivate into Mage Duel next turn. So let's go with Frost Trickster. Tap one down. Just to be able to cultivate into Mage Duel. And we're going to murder that Combat Professor because that card is really good. Alright, this is pretty sweet. We're just going to go green, 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 cultivate. I need one of each of these. We're going to put a blue into play. And then we're going to Mage Duel these 2. Your dude dies. I'm going to swing because I don't like chump blocking a Pledge Mage. And there we go. Not bad. So now we want to get Neilthorn Drake and Dream Strix into play. We get to have the floaty boys this game. So they're going to Study Break here just to get 6 damage in, which that seems pretty good. And they get to go get a 4/4. Alright, this is where things can start slipping away from us, because they're going to get to swing for 6 next turn, too. So, drawing, that was not ideal. We have 6 mana. We can only play 5 mana of spells. I'm going to put these 2 down. And I'm going to stay back. So they basically have to use all their mana to make a 4/4 here. That gives us the ability, if that's what they choose to do, to double block one of them. Yeah, no, they're gonna screw us pretty good here. Alright, so do we make our own 4/4? Or do we Introduction to Annihilation? I think a 4/4 is good enough here that I'm good with that, but that was a really good play for them. I'm not sure I want to take 6 here, but I don't really want to... I'm gonna take it. We're gonna try to find a way out of this, and I think we're close, but we can't play Decisive Denial because we don't have enough blue mana. I'm gonna swing the Frost Trickster because I don't really want to chump with it. And then we're going to try to combine some cards to make things a little better for us here. They're going to Elemental Summoning, make those 2 able to attack. decide if they want to trade a 3/3 for a 4/4 to get 3 damage in. They might. I'm not sure here. We're at 8, so like I get the pause here of trying to figure out if the right line is bashing or not. They say no. Right line is not bashing. Alright, we're going to play a land. We're going to play a field trip because we can still cast the other 2 cards in our hand. I think we need to grab Fractal here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to attack for 2. And then our goal is to use Decisive Denial and Burog Befuddler to ambush. That's what we're trying to do here. And then next turn we're going to Fractal Summoning for a big ol' honkin' chonker. Sudden Breakthrough. So what does this do? Okay, we'll let that resolve. We'll let that resolve. This is going to give it +2/+0 and first strike. We're going to fight with it. They're going to bury it in books. Yeah, that's really good. Not real happy that that just happened. We're gonna Befuddler here. So I'm gonna pick this one because we're soaking up the 5, killing this, and then taking 2. Alright. Problem for us is we're at 6. But we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna make an 8/8. And then I'm going to sit back this turn because I don't really want them to be able to put me to 3 and cheese me with a burn spell. We are playing Sulti, Matt. Sorry I didn't get to that comment earlier if you've been there for a while. We got past a 4th pick Poet's Quill in pack 3. And I just kind of said, fuck it, and just grabbed it. And then we got the Campus, and we already had a Cultivate. So we just went for it. We would really like to draw said Poet's Quill anytime now. We're going to play Vortex Runner here, and then now I'm still staying back. We're going to scry on their end step. They're going to draw a card. We were doing good there for a little bit, and then we've lost a couple, so I don't know, man. We're struggling now. I like where we're at on the board, but they may have just found their way out of it with a pop quiz, so we'll see what they get to go get. How good their sideboard is gonna, like if they have an Intro to Annihilation. No, they have a Mercurial Transformation, which actually doesn't do anything here. That's cool with me. If you want to turn this into a 9/9, you got it. Oh man, I love it when people... TTV browser extension. I will look into that, Zach. I am so bad at this. I actually need to hook up with you and talk sometime. You have such a sweet setup for your streaming and your Facebook page and everything. I'd like some advice on how to get this going because I am in the dark. I had to scramble to get OBS Studio to recognize the fact I had Arena on my computer tonight because it was just giving me a black screen. Appreciate it. Would really love to talk some streaming info with you. Oh man, it didn't register that stop fast enough and we get to play a land and pass the turn. That's alright. We're going to put that stop on now though so that we don't miss it next time. Really need to get something into play. They get to draw another card. I don't know if you're supposed to play that there, or if you're supposed to wait until your turn to be able to make these guys attack. I don't know. If they got something good here, though, they're all going to get to attack too, so... I don't know what the... Oh! Mother of God, that's good. Nice. That might be the end of our night. Because we now are... If they have another spell... Oh, good. Talk about good draws for the opponent to give us our third loss and make it where we don't get to play another draft tonight. Welcome to watching Jason stream. Good game, you syphilitic hobo. Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm not blocking. Because I just... Alright. There is a Jason play of all Jason plays. We were still alive because I forgot how Swords to Plowshares works. And then I just decided that's okay. I don't want to play anymore. Oh man, Matt, we were talking about this. Sometimes you go brain dead when you're trying to stream, and that was it. Jesus, that was bad. Well, that's how you lose a game that you maybe had a chance to fight back in. Yeah, that's one where I think you're just so salty that they rip Bury in Books and Swords to Plowshares as the top two cards of their deck. Oh, it was going to be rough regardless. We do have a lot of good cards in that deck that I think maybe we could have found something, but I'm trying to think what it would have had to have been. Maybe if we had like a Eureka moment could have got us to 2 creature cards. That would have been like the best case scenario. Well, since we just got our face smashed in, I have 2 options. I'm either going to buy some gems, because I was going to do that this week anyway, and we can keep drafting, or I have some janky historic decks we can play. So we have 5-color Shrines, Niv Mizzet, which is not playing Yorion right now. Still says it's playing Yorion, but it's not. And then we have Lutri Tainted Pack, because... Oh, does Sealed actually let you use unopened packs you own? Because then I should stop opening packs, and we should play some Sealed. Let's Google that. I think I just told Premiere to open. Yeah, alright. I'm having a good time. MTG Arena using Sealed packs for Sealed. Let's see. What's it say? We're going to figure this out together. Unlike in Draft and Sealed, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Sealed format. Entry fee is 2,000 gems. Doesn't say anything about being able to do that, but maybe you can. Maybe you can. I don't really know. Let's close our video program. So what do you guys want to do? I'm okay with buying gems if we want to draft another one. But I will play some bullshit Tainted Pact and 5-color Shrines if that's more what we want to do. I'm open to both. I really like the format, and I still haven't done that $15 intro pack thing that I was going to do eventually. So let me know what you guys are feeling. No, you're fine. I think on Magic Online, I know for a fact you can use unopened packs on Magic Online for drafts and sealed and those types of things with a decreased cost. I'm guessing they realized that that was allowing people to pay them less money, and they took it away. Because that just seems like the Wizards thing to do. I don't know. But yeah, I'm open. Yeah, packs are like 6 cards, right? So if you could trade them in for 15 card packs, no matter what it cost you, it was probably worth it. At least they do seem to have good amounts of rares and uncommons, but it still is kind of crappy that there's 6 card packs instead of 15. It must just look better aesthetically. Let's play a Tainted Pact game. and we'll think about whether we want to draft or not. I'm gonna try to cool off from the buried in books swords plow fuck your face that just happened, and yeah, I'm not salty. I'm just drinking. Got that victory dance going out there. Shout out to Single Speed in the area if they want to sponsor the stream. Ha! But they're welcome. They'll never hear this. I have no idea what you're supposed to keep with this deck because it's literally a one of fun of everything. So we're going to keep it and see what happens. I don't know. Every hand looks bad. I've played a couple games with this. Every hand looks bad. Doesn't matter what you have in it. Looks like dog shit. Gonna try it anyway. Godless Shrine for the opponent. We're going to play the tap land because then we can cast a 2-drop. Seems good to me. Swamp Srom. Alright, so... You know what? You can draw a card because we're going to get rid of that dude. I think that's the right play here. Sulti Pact, yeah, we're trying some Sulti Pact. I didn't have a... What was I missing? I was missing a Gear Hulk and the blue mythic multimodal land / draw a bunch of cards card. But this seemed like fun. So here I'm going to just temple... Is Cylinder Vision good? I don't know. What are we after? Well, we're after both of our things. So really, I think I'm gonna bottom it, and then I'm just gonna... Okay, now that the delay bites me in the ass, Kevin's like, yeah, keep that card that you just bottomed. It's really good. Welcome to streaming, Jason. Give him a little more time next time. Yeah. Basically here I'm just going to try to Extinction Event on our next turn. We're really hoping that we don't get our face murdered and that they don't find a Kaya's ghost form. Mogus's favor twice, that's fine. I mean, it's not great, but the list I had a Gear Hulk, but I don't think it's necessary. Regrowth. Yeah, I think that's going to be too important if they find a way to screw with my stuff. Get rid of that even dude. Alright, so we get to start over at least. Interesting they're not playing Luris as... oh yeah, you're right, Kev. I completely messed up there. I mean, they had 2 lands open, so they probably had a white spell for protection since they didn't play any more. But it acted like they were like auto-passing, so it makes me wonder if they didn't have anything. Mogus's favorite again. Mogus's favorite again. Do it. Do it. No? Fine. I think... Do we want Tainted Pact? Yeah, I think we want Tainted Pact. Let's just eat a spell out of their hand or kill their creature. Kill their creature. Sweet. So we could have got away with the binding last turn, but meh. So we're 1 card away from comboing, right? We're just looking for our creature. Cool. I know I'm gonna make mistakes with this deck because I have... Oh, that wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it was better than anything I've done. I have 2 green mana. Yeah, we'll just go with blue. Now the question is, do we put Lutri to hand? I think the answer is yes, because we can just cast Memory Lapse or Censor. We can always regrowth something if we need to. I'm going to just hold on. No, we're going to cycle Censor. It's no good when they have 7 lands in play. Eliminate's good. That feels good. We just get to tap this and pass. We're just looking for ways to find our Thassa's Oracle now. So drawing cards is a way we can find it. I mean, we can Lutri here, but I think we want to just hold that in our back pocket. So what can we go get back? We can rebuy Search for Escanta. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to rebuy Search for Escanta because I think that's going to end up being good. And then we still have Memory Lapse or Eliminate up here. We can decide if we think... Oh, yeah, so... Oh, because I can choose to... See, I'm so new to this, Kev. That's a really good point. I can choose not to have Pact use my whole deck up. I'm just going to use my Time Warp as a Explore. Yeah, that's not something that was super obvious to me. So now we have to decide, are we crazy enough? Oh, shoot, we could have pacted, regrowth the pact, and drawn. Yeah, we had the win. We had the win. We could have pacted until we found the creature, kept it. All right, we're going to let SRAM resolve because I want to make them do things. Because some jerk didn't concede, you figured out that there was a better line. Yeah, sometimes, you know, it's nice that they didn't concede. We figured out a line. Alright, so we're going to eliminate. And then if they don't have any interaction, so it dies. We're happy. You know what? We're going to just draw cards. We're going to kill ourselves maybe, but that's okay. Okay. This is a card I added for the funsies. How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we can Tainted Pact 4. Yeah, we're going to try it. We're going to do this. Resolve. Decline. 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 Okay, I'll stop saying it. So we're looking for Thassa's Oracle. It's going to be the last card in the deck because that's just funnier. We're going to get roped, though, which that could become a problem. Luckily, we've got some timeouts because there it is, though. We'll take action. So we got Thassa's Oracle. Now we're going to... Blue, still leaving 2 blue up. Mission briefing. Doesn't matter. We'll put 2 in the graveyard to make it easier. We'll pick Regrowth because I made it harder than it had to be. Oh my god, we got screwed by my own... Oh, wow, I just screwed that up. Wow. That was really bad, guys. I am the big dumbs. I put a Gaia's Blessing in the graveyard off of my deck and lost the game because of it, potentially. We're just going to put Lutri into play. See if they have a removal spell. They probably do at this point. Now, at least we can just search for Azcanta for forever. So we'll Temple, bottom the Censor. So if we activate this, we still have blue, so we're just going to go looking for Tainted Pact. We find Fatal Push, honestly, to keep us alive. Oh, man. So this is the punt stream of all punt streams. I'm going to choose not to die with Castle Locthwain. Crazy decision, I know. We're going to go looking again, find Time Warp. Warp some time. Cast a Growth Spiral for funsies. Find Inquisition. Find Tainted Pact. Alright, full control. Thassa's Oracle. Blue. Resolve with that trigger on the stack. Tainted Pact. I think we got there. Declines. Looking at the cards we scribed to the bottom. Oh, I guess we saw all these with Tainted Pact, right? Yeah, that's why we know what they are. Wait, it's shuffle? I don't know. Take action. Nope. Alright, we win. We wins! We punted our way through that so many ways, but we wins. So we, how many ways did we screw that up? We could have used regrowth. We could have tainted pacted for the Thassa's Oracle, regrowth the tainted pact. Then when we used the surveillance card, we could have put Thassa's Oracle in play, surveillanced for tainted pact in the graveyard instead of regrowth. And then we, while we were fucking that up, decided to fuck it up more, put Gaia's Blessing in the graveyard, shuffled it with our thing on the stack, and then lost our tainted pact. And still got there. Yeah, I don't think this deck is going to stick around in Historic for forever. That's not bad at all. I'm up for another round of that. Maybe we're just playing Tainted Pact for the rest of the night. We'll see if I continue to have this much fun screwing it up. This is technically a 3-lander? What does it do, though? It scries, I mean, this is another regrowth. I don't know. I'm keeping it because I don't know anything. Ban the Oracle. Yeah, I think that's reasonable because Tainted Pact could still be fun. Oracle, and I mean, then you could play Jace as like another stupid way to do things. Yeah, let's do the Time Warp. We got to do it twice last time because I screwed up, and this deck is a little complicated where I'm really not surprised I misplayed. Hilariously here, they can Thought Seize one of my lands. Yeah, take my land. Alright, I'm gonna IOK them because I want to see what they're up to. They are... Alright, so they get to play a Gifted Aetherborn no matter what. This card's too good. I'm gonna take it. It's probably wrong, but I don't like them having access to Sorin. Yeah, okay, Kev agrees with me. It felt like the Aetherborns were redundant, and this at least gives us a chance to, like... We didn't get there. I was hoping we could draw an untapped land. I think we gotta find lands at this point, so I'm gonna bottom the Censor. We also have Jwari Disruption and Supreme Will in hand, where I just don't think we need another copy of that effect. They had the land they could have played if they were, and they knew about Jwari, so it ended up not mattering. We're definitely just Fetid Poolsing here, and then I'm just gonna Mind Stone because it makes it more likely we're gonna get to Shadow's Verdict this board. They're in decent shape right now, but if I draw an untapped land, I feel good. Hey, look, untapped land. Let's play green. We could Time Warp. Let's draw an extra card. Let's do the Time Warp. Yeah. Don't ask me to sing. Nobody wants me to sing. Alright, World Tree Shadow's Verdict. I think we have stabilized. Opponents at 2 cards. They can draw a card here, though. They choose not to. That seems incorrect. Knight of the Ebon Legion. That is a good card. We draw land. Not what we were looking for. Probably we're going to Lutri here. Oh, we didn't put it in our hand. We have to put it in our hand. That was dumb. Let's look at the top 4 cards, because I don't think we really need to counter anything, per se. I just want to give us a chance. They're going to go for the pump now. That's fine. We're just... Okay, let's view the battlefield. Do I have a kill spell in the graveyard? No. So we're just going to go for the Extinction event and get rid of it post-haste. Actually, Eliminate seems great. So, bye-bye. You come to our hand. We technically get to leave up Jwari Disruption. Is that better? I think that's better than playing it as a land here. I don't know. Gifted Aetherborn. That resolves. Not gonna try to disrupt your Aetherborn. We'll just kill this, though, because... Oh, there's the big oops. Alright, so pay attention to what button you push. Wow. I'm getting the misplays in. Oh, they said sorry. They feel bad for me. Thank you, opponent. I appreciate the sorries. Let's disrupt that. Feels good. Get force spiked. Temple of Milady. What do we got? We got a Thassa's Oracle. We're going to leave that on top. I don't think we need to draw it here. Right now, the question is, do we... Oh, man, that's good. But now we get to ambush the Gifted Aetherborn if they choose to attack. Yeah, I'm getting in there. Why it tapped my Mind Stone, I don't know. Oh, Auto Tapper, you fickle bitch. We'll just sack this now. I guess it doesn't matter that much. We can't Oracle here, so... We're probably just getting beat down by a Champion of Dusk. I don't have any ways to draw extra cards. We gotta find an answer now. Memory lapse that. Because that's our only option. I think we're going to get beat by the mono black vampires because I screwed up royally. Cling to Dust. Hilariously, we will exile their Thoughtseize to draw a card. And then... let's exile a creature. I want to keep Balagad. This can go, this can go, this can go, this can go, this can go. This can go. We're gonna gain some life. Am I supposed to play Thassa's Oracle here? Do we have enough ways to rebuy it, is the question. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to try to live at 1. And then we'll play Thassa's Oracle next turn if we need to. Which doesn't really work the way I want it to. But we're going to pretend it does. Yeah, they have 1 billion life, so they're going to finally start drawing cards. Play the Knigget of the Ebon Legion. It is not the knight who says "ni," but it could be. That'd be a good alt. Okay, so we get to explore. We're digging for Tainted Pact. Tainted Pact off the top and we win. Alright, we don't have enough mana here, do we? Because we could do a really cool thing. No, we're 1 mana short. Oh, man. So, we would just die to the castle because we're at 1. We can play Thassa's Oracle... Which we just have to here, which they kill it and we lose. Alright, GG's. I think the combination of me playing that poorly with the incorrect click on the extinction event, and then just not drawing the cards that we need to draw, well, that was our downfall. We'll try it again. What's the worst that could happen? We lose again? That's just what we do on this channel. Janky combo, though. Enjoying the janky combo. Seeing that it's pretty hard to play, actually, though, which makes me happy. I like really difficult, really dumb decks. Am I supposed to keep this? I have no idea. I already have the... You know what? We're going to, because I think it's funny, but I think it's a bad hand. We're going to play the World Tree. Do you know what's up yet, opponent? That thing's dead. Die! There will be no obsessing about curiosity for you. Unless you have another one. Yeah. Well, let's play this and then let's attempt to kill another one because we don't really have anything else to do. We'll act like I have another spell. Autopay, hell yeah. That's why we didn't play the Zagath Triome. We knew they had Spell Pierce. That's what I'm going to tell myself. Do I want to regrowth a Spell Pierce or a Fatal Push here? I don't think so. I don't think that's how we're... Yeah, the big brains there, Zach. You got it. It worked out. I was thinking of a different... I was thinking of like Quench is another card that's pay 2, but they couldn't play it. Use 1 to get the Oracle. Alright. I think the list I'm on was only playing 1 Tainted Pact, which I think we need to change. I only have 1 in my collection, so I can't change it right now anyway. But I don't think we have a second one. I'm pretty sure we don't have a second one. I want a second one. Here's to hoping they don't have any counter spells. 2 and 1 on the sideboard. Yeah, I'm basically building this for best of 1. And I don't have the Mastermind's Acquisition. I like that build better, Kev. If you've got a list, shoot it my way. I would like to see that. We're going to attempt this if they've got... Oh, hell yeah! They don't have the counter spell. We get the 4 for 1. 2 Oracle as well. That's what I was thinking. I think I'm on the 1 as... Well, I'm on Lutri. So that tells you exactly that I'm on 1. Is it Golos? You know what? Golos is more fun. They probably have like a 4 spike here and I'll feel like a moron. No. Hell yeah. Give me that land. What are we getting? I don't think it matters because World Tree is going to make everything tap for everything. Sweet. We got a link. Let's open that baby up. Thank you. We will take a look at that. And so they bounced it. That was smart. We're going to go Port of Carfel here. Alright, what do we got here? We got... Yeah. Yeah, this looks like more what I was thinking. I found the Lutri list, and I just thought it was really funny to try to play Lutri in a deck, so I went for it, but I think I like that idea better. Let's get a temple here to set up not drawing a land, and unfortunately this is tapped where we'd get to explore. If they don't have anything super crazy, we get to start Golos activating potentially. Yeah, I mean, I'm going for it. I think, unless we find something better. So Pulse kills one thing. Do we have enough? Oh yeah. All right. We're gonna do the disgusting thing here. Submit autopay. Lutri. Copy Maelstrom Pulse. Kill this one too. Yeah, that feels good. So while we're not getting to Tainted Pact them here, the deck is actually functioning as a deck instead of just combo bullcrap. So that feels pretty good. Let's find out what's in their hand. Oh man, Tainted Pact in Modern would be just hilarious. I wonder if you'd have to ban Thassa's Oracle at that point. Maybe not though, because you can do the... What is that? There's the card that's in Ad Nauseam that you can already do that with. Spoils of the Vault? Is that what it is? So, I mean, I think Tainted Pact is better, but it also has a really crazy restriction where maybe that's more reasonable than Spoils of the Vault or whichever one it is. I'm not always good with some of those old card names. There is some serious link barf there, but I appreciate it. I will take a look at that, and we'll start making those wild cards a priority. This is the point in our segment when I bitch about how ridiculous the wildcard system is. Tainted Pact is seeing play in Historic here, Zach, where we're at, because you can Tainted Pact away your whole deck, and then Thassa's Oracle is a newer card that when it enters the battlefield, if your devotion to blue is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. So you get to just Tainted Pact for your whole deck, and with that trigger on the stack. And then if they counter the card, whatever. If they don't, you have a really sweet card. That's the order I want them in because I want to draw that. We're going to play a Narset here and see what happens. They're going to scry. They bottom. I think this is mono black control, so we're going to take Binding the Old Gods. Or Binding the Old Gods. We're going to take the Binding. I'm fairly certain that this is a mono black Golos deck, but I could be just wildly off base. Another deck that's on my list of I would like to play this crap. Okay, so we straight up murdered my Narset. That seems like the right play. 4 mana. Do we want to Binding their Mazemind Tome? Not really. Do we want to draw 2 cards? Do we want to Thoughtseize them? I don't think we need to regrowth a Narset. It's not that great here. I'm actually going to Binding the Mazemind Tome because I want lands. I would like to do the Time Warp. Yeah, so you're playing all one of fun ofs except for Tainted Pact and the Oracle in the version that Kev is working off of. The version I'm playing is playing all one ofs because you can't have this card as a companion unless every card in your deck has a different name. So that's a weird ass restriction. Oh, do I care that they have a Solemn? I don't think so. We're just going to pass with like Supreme Will and Chemister's Inside Up. I'm cool with it. If I get hit by a 2-2 here, we're good. Bring on the sad robot beats. If I take 10 sad robot hits, I'm cool with it. You know, leave the Heartless Act in my hand and take 10 sad robot hits. There's that Cabal Stronghold. Yeah, we have Maelstrom Pulse in our deck. You know what? I'm really not afraid of 2/2s here. We have options. I mean, we're giving them more mana because of the... Find a Cylindy Vision and an Overgrown Tomb. Do we need... I'm going to take the 2 here. I think we want to Thoughtseize them. Taking away the acquisition. Good Thoughtseize. And then we're going to do the Time Warp. Because, hell yeah, we're going to do the Time Warp. Oh, not really the land we wanted. What do we got here? We can Insight. We have 6 mana. So we can't regrowth a Time Warp here. We can regrowth it now. Yeah, that still leaves up some other spells. I'm going to buy back Time Warp, leaving up Supreme Will, Cylindy Vision, Heartless Act. Because their hand is blank right now, as far as I'm concerned, until they draw this card. We're probably just Cylindy Visioning here. I mean, we're taking 8. No, we're not. I'm going to kill the Faceless Haven because I really don't like the idea of taking that much damage here. Would love to see them have a way to put a +1/+1 counter on it. Just would love to get blown out by that ability. You may pass 2 damage. There you go, sir. All right. Any more plays? Any big brains? What do we got? 6 mana. We're playing a Murderous Rider. The Rider of Murderousness is in play. And we got a Mind Stone. That's fine. We're going to cling your Mastermind's Acquisition and draw us another card. We got a Drowned Catacomb. Okay. So we're going to do the Time Warp. We're going to explore. We hit a land, which doesn't really do anything here. Let's get green, I guess, because that was the one that I thought was prettier. Alright, we're at 10. They have 6 on board. Do we want to main phase Cylindy Vision looking for a board wipe? I think I'm going to because... Alright, so we found Mission Briefing. What does Mission Briefing do? Mission Briefing time warps if we had 1 more mana, right? So it Binding of the Old Gods? I don't think that's the answer, but IOK sucks here, so we'll just take Mission Briefing, and then we'll figure out if we want to flash something back. I wish we could flash back Time Warp, because we have to... yeah, you may cast it. We have 6 mana instead of 7. Poopy. Alright. Huh. I think that means I'm just passing. Unfortunately. We can always Mission Briefing a Heartless Act if we think we need to here. Or we can Chemister's Insight. Yuck. This lets us surveil too, so I'm going to do that. We'll leave regrowth on top, maybe? Or does it do anything? We don't have any. Yeah, we have a Time Warp. Do we want Search then? Kind of. Do we just want these 2 cards? I don't think we have time for Search. We're going to leave regrowth on top. We're going to pick Heartless Act. And we're going to Heartless Act the Murderous Rider just to give us some time. Not sure that we're... if we're doing more than just spinning our wheels, especially since I decided we're going to regrowth Time Warp. So we can Fatal Push that does nothing. I'm going to choose not to do that. Kind of wish I had kept my fetch land now. Still not going to Fatal Push. Let's go ahead and regrowth. We could get Binding, but I think we just need to Time Warp here and try. So that takes 5. We have 2 other mana. Dang it. Always a day late and a mana short. Wow, that wasn't what we were looking for. I guess we discard it. Alright, eliminate and Fatal Push. Don't kill their dudes. But we're not dead yet. So I'm going to leave Cling as an option. Solve the equation, yeah. That, I'm pretty sure it's in here. It better be, because that's definitely one of the right additions, for sure. I'm going to try... Do I have any creatures in my graveyard? We are creatureless, so let's take their Maze Mind Tome, I guess. We'll get rid of Narset, Binding, Thoughtseize, Explore, Land. Sure. Don't think we're buying those back anytime soon, and we'll draw a card. We drew Negate. So we're at 2, with a dead Fatal Push in hand and a dead Eliminate in hand. And we draw a Cold Steel Heart. Okay. So the question is, I think we just have to Supreme Will trying to find one of our mass board wipes because Maelstrom Pulse works too. I mean, they get to draw 2 cards, but we stay alive. And I think that's the only option. Yup. Draw your cards. I'm going to play the Cold Steel out here on black. I don't know. we'll get World Tree with Golos if we ever find Golos. So that I'm not worried about. Alright. Well, we found Thassa's Oracle. Now I think I just want to add this to my hand. And we're going to try to just ambush the Faceless Haven, I guess. We have an Eliminate. We have a Fatal Push. We should be able to just murder this. Go ahead and attack. I would like to push it fatally. Does that resolve? Has it been pushed? It has been pushed fatally. Solemn Simulacrum. Hilariously, nothing we have does anything. We're gonna cling. Just trying to find other stuff. I don't think we want to cast that. We don't need a land. We found it. Alright. We're going to try to find a card here because we still have a negate if they do anything super crazy. We found a Fetid Pools. That was not what we were looking for. Believe it or not. They get to find a land. I think we're just cycling Fetid Pools here because the goal is find our Tainted Pact at all costs. And those costs have not worked yet. So what are we trying to do here? I guess we're trying to ambush Solemn with a Lutri. Tapped. We're not killing ourselves. This would return a creature card from my graveyard. That doesn't exist, right? So let's not do that. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're maybe like clinging because there's Solemns now, and we can gain 6 life by using Lutri too. So they're going to try to play Ugin. We're going to negate it. If they have anything here, we'll copy negate. But they didn't have anything. We'll let them attack. We're going to cling to dust the Solemn, I think. We're going to get rid of Balaged Recovery, Supreme Will, Fatal Push, Fetid Pools, negate. And then I think I'm going to Lutri here as well to gain 6 life. And then I'll just trade because I'm cool with it. They get to draw a card. We may have put ourselves in a bad position. If they draw an Ugin, it's hilarious because I get to Jwari Disruption it. No? Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have any of our good lands in place. So what's this do? We can... Okay, so we can double Eliminate or double Jwari Disruption by using this land. That's kind of cool. They have 20 mana. Please, Torment of Hailfire. Oh, you son of a bitch. They figured it out. Alright. I'm going to do it because it's hilarious. Oh, why did it... It didn't give me... I had to hold priority. Okay. Let's cling the Ugin. Trying to find a way to counter this. That doesn't counter it. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, negative 37. Woo! Alright, so that didn't work. Definitely seeing where the downsides to this deck are, and that is you're playing one-ofs. Makes sense, you know. You're going to play a janky combo, you're going to not necessarily have everything. Consistency is not here. Now, let's double check after the next game here to make sure we have solved the equation, because if I don't, that's dumb. It needs to be in there. I like this hand because I have Search for His Kanta and growth spiral, and I'm on the play, and life feels good. We've got World Tree plus Golos. Maybe we're just a Golos deck this game. Now, of course, they are Luris, so they could Thoughtseize me, but if they take my Thassa's Oracle, they have to like have Cling to Dust for it to matter. They are not on the deck I was giving them credit for being on. I'm going to pick Search here because I don't think Growth Spiral is really going to get us there. And I like having control of the top of my deck. Land. Yes, I would like a land, please. We will just pass. I decided to play the land that came into play tapped because that was the suboptimal play. And that's how I roll. Alright. Smack me in the face. Should have probably tried to see if the top card of the deck was Fatal Push. If it is, I'll feel dumb. If it's not, I'll get over it. Fatal Push. One time. Nope. Okay, good. Because that would have been really bad. That would have felt real bad. Land? I want a land, but I don't want that land. I want this land. Thank you. Thank you, deck. Never didn't have it. Alright. They're gonna strike my face with lightning. Seems reasonable. Let's see. What are we gonna get? We're gonna get Port. Because then we can buy back Golos when they murder it. Because you know they're gonna murder my Golos here. It's just their MO. You know what? Yes, I will block. Because I don't want you doing silly things. Yep. Trading a Golos for that. Totally reasonable. Not. Alright, what do we got? We got 6 mana. I'm going to put the land in the graveyard. We've got a Languish. That feels good. So what can we mission briefing? We can mission briefing Growth Spiral. Let's actually... Yeah, we're just going to sit back. I'm good with this. I don't think we're mission briefing Growth Spiral. I think we're sacking Port of Carfell to bring back Golos. Pretty sure. Luris to hand? That doesn't seem too bad for us. Alright. Oh, it costs 6. Well, then let's cast potentially a Growth Spiral. They're going to strike my face with lightning. We're at 7. We'll put IOK in the graveyard, and I think we're fine with shuffling our graveyard this time, because then we're just not going to get to cast anything, but that's okay. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take a Narset. I just didn't want Gaia's Blessing. I think that card needs to come out of the deck. That was a Jason edition that I think is incorrect. We'll take a Censor. I mean, they know about it, but maybe they'll try to play a 2-drop out of their graveyard. Yeah, they can now. Okay. Yes. Luris resolves. Yup, that's a Viashino Pyroman. Maybe I'm supposed to censor it there. I'm just going to cycle Censor because that seems more valuable to me. Supreme Will, not part of our combo. I'm willing to get rid of it. We're going to Languish. And play Temple of My Lady. And Memory Lapse just buys time. Not really what I'm trying to do here. Alright. So eventually now we can Port of Carfell if they don't just run over our face with burn spells. That would be part of running over my face with burn spells, and that would be the rest of it. Okay, we're going to get to Extinction Event, but we're going to be at 2. So if they have a Wizard's Lightning or a Light Up the Stage... Alright, double land means technically I'm still alive. What's the combo? So the combo is Thassa's Oracle with Tainted Pact. You put Thassa's Oracle into play... Yeah, we'll draw a Time Warp. So that costs 5. We're just... So you put this into play, and then you get to Tainted Pact. So we're not going to murder ourselves. All right, next turn. Mission Briefing Graveyard. Draw a Botanical. Shwari Disruption doesn't do it. We have to say odd. Odd. Alright. If there's a land on the top of their deck, we still have a chance technically. If not, we're super dead. They play a land. Alright, that doesn't kill us. Boom! Full control. Thassa's Oracle. Never didn't have it. Nope, I don't want that card. Nope, I don't want that card. Ah! We got there at 2 life against Burn. Hell yeah! There's the combo. And the peasants rejoice. Exactly. Hell yeah, that was fun. I like this deck. I should start a band or something? If you don't know, check out Katie and the Honky Tonks. But I play the bass because nobody actually wants to hear me sing. They do let me play the bass guitar, though. And if you haven't heard our band, you should check it out. Katie, that is in Katie and the Honky Tonks, yeah, she can sing, where even if I could, doesn't matter. Solving that equation, Kev, we didn't have it, and I feel real dumb that it wasn't in here. Because that card is bonkers. What are we cutting? What's one of my other dumb additions? Gaia's Blessing. I just said I didn't like that. Alright, we're going to cut that. Let's see, I think I have another Thassa's. We'll add a second Thassa's. Cutting. That's actually hard. Might be like Fatal Push, IOK. Shark Typhoon's won me some games, so gonna stick with that. Yeah, Gaia's Blessing is really bad. I added it thinking as like a really bad regrowth that you could like shuffle stuff back in, but it's just really bad. It doesn't do what I want to do. I kind of misremembered what the card does. So that's a punt on my part, and we've punted with it several times already. Let's cut Fatal Push. I think that's our worst removal spell. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we have to... Let's go back into this. We have to get rid of Lutri because we added a second Thassa's Oracle. That's fine. Get rid of the Sharknado. I just enjoy the Sharknadoes so much that I'm sticking with it. That probably is right. The hilarity of hardcasting Sharknado and winning the game with it makes it where I just can't let it go. We get to go first. We have Search for Azcanta. We already have Tainted Pact. I'm in. Let's go. It does draw me a card, too. That's worst case scenario, draws me a card. Best case scenario, it's a Sharknado. And I'm all about best case scenario. Yeah, you don't want to win with that card at all, but I want to win with that card. That's why we're playing Golos, too. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but I'm still doing it. Alright, Jeskai Control. This is going to be interesting. Do not feel good about my chances here. We're going to have to build up. Well, we just have to hope that they, like, tap out and then we have both things in hand and we just get to go for it. So they're wanting to play a spell on my upkeep, or they have Magma Opus in their hand and they don't realize that they're holding priority. That's my guess. Money is on the Magma Opus. I think because we have a land drop, we're just going to take a counter spell here. And then we get to Scry, so if we don't like this card, which I think we have to bottom Binding because we need another land. We do have Cylindy that we can play as a land in a worst case scenario. The really nice part here too is we're going to get to Brainstorm, and whatever card we don't want we can put on top. And then just throw it away with Search. That's pretty cool. Not 100% sure on keeping Saw It Coming there, but I feel like this game is going to go longer. And we're going to do a couple things here. So we don't need Extinction Event. So we're going to put Breeding Pool Extinction Event. That's correct. And then we are going to Cling to Dust the Magma Opus and see if that pisses them off enough to draw out a card. That's right. Oh, son of a bitch. Well, that's good. They memory lapsed it and put it on top. So here... Oh, that was really good for them. So if I put it in the graveyard, I'm drawing Extinction Event. I'm going to put it in my hand, and then I'm going to scry Extinction Event to the bottom. That still does what I wanted to do with that. Memory Lapse was good there, but I think we're still going to come out okay. They have another Magma Opus in hand. They don't realize that they have... Alright, they're just dead. They don't like my deck. Sweet. We get the win. Not really sure we deserve the win, but we got there. We'll take it. Wins are wins. Wins are wins. That's what they tell me anyway. Did we get a pack? Alright, let's open a Strixhaven pack. Hell yeah. We got Opt. I love these. They're super pretty. And we got a Magma Opus. Yeah, there's a mythic that we wanted and didn't have yet. Perfection. Alright. I'm going to keep jamming Tainted Pact. I'm having fun. A little bit of Thassa's Oracle and Tainted Pact. Making some people salty. Pretty sweet beating Burn at 2 life. I don't know how Kevin feels about that. He's been playing this deck, but he's also the Burn guy of our group. So, I don't know. This looks great to me. This might be the best opening hand I've had in a while. Maybe I'm valuing Search for Azcanta too highly, but I have a turn 1 Thoughtseize. I have a turn 2 Search. I then get to Brainstorm and search away one of the cards I don't want off the Brainstorm. It all looks good to me. We're going to swamp Thoughtseize because this looks like it's another control deck. It is. We're definitely taking their Dovin's Veto because I want to jam my Search for Azcanta, and they don't want me to. So do we... Yeah, I don't really care about Omen of the Sea. They have a Brazen Borrower to bounce this if they want to, but I don't think that's high on their priority list. So what here? We can Brainstorm plus Censor. I think that's where I want to be. If they go to bounce my Search, you know what? I'm still good with a Censor here. We're going to take their card away from them. See what they want to do now. I'm going to go ahead and Brainstorm. We'll see if they have a problem with me doing that. They don't. We're going to put... Huh. Let's stack it so we have a land and a growth spiral. We'll leave the land on top, and then if they let me get rid of it, I'm going to. Because then I'm going to play that, and then since I kind of screwed up there, we'll just pass and growth spiral. Yeah, that wasn't the cleanest play in the world, but it worked. We'll do this to pretend we have some sort of out. We don't. Search comes back in our hand. Yeah, we're starting to lose a little bit of what we had going here. Let's go ahead and just jam the Search again. If they've got the counterspell, they've got the counterspell. They've got the Absorb. Seems pretty good. We'll play this. We're going to draw another card. Alright, we've got all the Thassa's Oracles in the world and really nothing to do with them. So I'm going to jam one here. And one on top. We'll put that on top, I guess. That kind of sucks. We'll hope we get to binding something. I'm going to dream. We'll get to eliminate this, which feels fine. They're at 23, so I doubt Thassa Oracle beats is what we're doing here. We will scry with that. Wasn't really what we wanted to find. I'm going to bottom IOK. I don't think we need that. Let's get our beats on. Alright. Alright. They're mana screwed. Yeah, they've missed a few lands here where it's kind of funny. They're on 4 mana something. I don't know why you would shock in otherwise. Maybe they get to behold the multiverse here. That would be pretty good. No, they just shocked in and did nothing. Now there's the red mana. Alright. They're going to let me go to my turn, though. Let's keep bashing with the Thassa's Oracle. Is it time to kill it yet? It is not. Alright. Well, we have this now, which is pretty sweet. We'll let that resolve. Oh, I feel pretty far behind despite the fact that they don't have anything because they've got to have a counterspell in the hand. Do we just jam Golos and hope for the best? Screw it. I mean, I don't think this position's getting any better. I'd like to eat some counterspells here and hope to be able to find our Tainted Pack. Yeah, Golos for the lulz. Devious Cover-Up. Wow, they're going to shuffle 4 cards back in. They are playing the Matt Davis special of just try to make me want to rage quit. Now they get to search for Escanta? I wanted to search for Escanta. Oh, balls. Do we do it? Are we NATOing here? No, I think we're going to try to Binding, and then worst case scenario, we get to... We're just hoping that this somehow resolves. Yeah, I didn't think it would. They're going to put Devious Cover-Up back in their deck. And then I think we're going to try to jam Sharknado next turn, because that's what I'm about. I'm about that life. Yeah, I don't want a 2-2. They have a freaking Stomp in hand. Why would I play a 2-2 when I can pay 6 mana to get blown out by Dovin's Veto or... Hell yeah! Alright, so we are Sharknadoing. They're going to Brazen Borrow it, and we have no responses. But we got to resolve it. That almost felt worth it, right? Right? So, how would we feel about Fatal Push here? I think I'm still happy with Shark Typhoon. Alright, Bone Crusher Giant. I'm going to take the 2 damage to kill it. Maybe they'll be dumb enough to counter this. I'm just trying to draw crap out of their hand. We're going to NATO again, hoping that they don't have anything. They found the Absorb. We're going to try to pretend that there's a 1-mana counterspell in our deck, but there's not. I think I'm holding that as just a 3-mana draw one. Yeah, we're trying to get through their counterspells. I think Search for Escanta, unfortunately, flipping now. I don't think we can get there very easily with them having that card advantage. So we're going to start off by main phase cycling because that's how bad of shape we're in. I think I'm holding on to it, though, because I'm just going to scry 2. And we're going to hope to cheese our way to a win somehow. And I'm going to say cheese our way to a win because I don't really know how we're getting one otherwise. We can hope. We can hope. Don't forget to scry 2. What do we got? Double land. Oh man, is Castle Lochthwain just good enough? I think it is in this situation. I'm going to keep it. It's kind of a weird keep, but we have Golos in the graveyard too, right? Or did it get exiled? God dang it, they exiled my Golos. I could have ported it all the way back from Carfell, and they were like, no. No, Golos is gone forever. Yes, you can stomp my face. Alright. Expressive Iteration resolves. We're going to do that thing where we rip Golos, right? Bastards. I would have loved to have had a Golos here, just because it's hilarious. All right, they're going to just pass. I like that. We're going to scry 2 without tapping wrong. Thank you, Auto Tapper, for actually doing it right. Is Regrowth the card we need right now? I don't think it is, because we don't have a Tainted Pact or anything down here I want. So we're going to go bottom, bottom. And then we're going to draw. Going to 9. We find a land into a Cling. Alright, the good news is now if they try to do Gearhulk shenanigans, we are on that business. Golos was one of the real ones. Pour one out for once, homie. I'm going to pour it out into my mouth, though. That's a chonky giant, sir. You have found one chonky giant. Scries. Extinction event, not what I want. Cylindy Vision, good enough here. So we're just going to cling, getting rid of a devious cover-up. So that we can Cylindy Vision and save a little bit of life. Make them use an Absorb. They choose not to use the Absorb here. I'm going to grab Time Warp and make them think about whether they want to counter that or not. Yeah, let's do the Time Warp. How do we feel about me Time Warping? We would like to absorb that. Okay. I think that's the right play for them. Now I have to decide... Yeah, we'll just take the 2 to get rid of the Bone Crusher, I think. We're down to 7, though, where the right play for them may just be flashing in a Brazen Borrower. But they're going to go for Azcanta. Azcanta's more fun. That's what I would do, too. But, you know, doesn't mean it's the right play. It probably is. Azcanta's just so good. I mean, I'm killing myself at this point, so they don't even have to worry about it. We're going to cling, though. Looking to draw cards that way. Sure, pass the turn to me. We will cling away your Absorb. Getting rid of Thoughtseize, Mission Briefing, Censor, Temple, Growth Spiral. Don't want those cards. Bye-bye. Oh, this is a game that I never feel like I'm winning, but I really feel bad conceding. That's where I'm at right now. Can we brute force enough here with this Narset Balaged Recovery? We're going to try. We're just going to see what they do. They got a full grip. Like, I don't see them letting this go yet, so that resolves. Now I'm going to try to Balaged Recovery back my Narset because I want to cast Narset and look for Tainted Pact. Let me find my Tainted Pact already. Jesus. Do we run them out of counterspells? Do they have 5 cards in hand and they don't have enough counterspells? I think we activate even though they're just going to Lightning Helix it. I feel like I called that. But the beauty of it is here... Oh, dip. What do you guys think? Do we just go for it and hope they don't have a counterspell? Like, what are the odds that I can fight through it? They're not very good, right? So do we just try for it? Yeah. I say screw it. We're gonna just cast this card. And we're gonna do this. I would like it to resolve. Would you like it to resolve, opponent? They have 4 cards in hand. Oh man, this is going to be funny. They're having to think about it. That makes me wonder if they don't have it. Oh man, it's not an easy decision? Did we get there? Oh, I hope we got there. This will be so fun. Ah, yeah, okay, fine. You were just picking which cards in your graveyard to screw me harder with. I get it. I get it. That's game, I'm sure, but you know what? I want them to show me a win condition. Is their win condition Devious Cover-Up? Because I'll just stop casting spells. The Temple of My Lady says what? Shadow's Verdict. Yeah, not what we're looking for here. Let's just cling away their Devious Cover-Up. Getting rid of Explore, Eliminate, Heartless Act. We have to keep that Thassa's Oracle because I don't think I have a way to bounce this one, but I do have a way to rebuy that one. Languish. Languish was not what we were looking for, so I guess we'll bash. They're going to take 25. All right, 25 turn clock. Yeah, they have a Brazen Borrower, so like I feel that's what they're going to do, but they haven't done it yet. So until they start beating my face with a Brazen Borrower, I'm going to pretend it's not sitting here face up on board. That's the current plan. Just deny the fact that we're super dead. And, yeah. We're playing it out for the lulz. We do have a second Tainted Pact, at least, because that exile... No, we don't. Oh. We don't have a second Tainted Pact. I don't think we have any way to win. Shame Scoops? Shame Scoops. I think that's why you want a second Tainted Pact. Alright, we figured it out. We figured it out. I think it was worth jamming there because I think we're in the same position either way. So they had the Devious Cover-Up, they got us, but we jammed because we jammed. Oh, I was playing towards the second cover-up, or the second Tainted Pact that didn't exist in the deck. That's just great. This doesn't do anything at all. I'm gonna mulligan it. This hand at least has like some ramp and a Mind Stone. Sure. I'm gonna put back Ice Tunnel? A lot of confidence there. Okay, so we're up against super fast aggro. We're gonna go get a blue land. And hope that we just don't get our face wrecked before we get a chance to cast the Binding. So now is this non-basic lands I control interplay tapped? Well, that's like my whole deck. So cool. We're gonna brainstorm. And we're gonna hide Heartless Act and Binding. And we're gonna put Heartless first so that we maybe have a chance to play it at some point. And now they have to pick between these four cards which one they're gonna get rid of. Pretty sure we're super dead here. So they took Thassa's Oracle, now it costs 4 mana. I think that's right. All mythic wild cards must feel good to be good, huh? Do we still want... I think we still want Binding. We're going to go Heartless Act next turn. Do we want to regrowth a Brainstorm or a Fabled Passage? No, not with Archon of Emeria in play. Shark Socks. What's it like to be awesome? Because, oh man. Get owned, negating your 1/1. There will be no Heart's Desire. Your Heart's Desire is countered. So if, yes, so here we're gonna kill Archon of Emeria. Because now we get to play our Mind Stone. And start to get our ramp on. Maybe we're stabilizing? I'm not gonna get too excited yet, but there's the Collected Company to make me feel like we're not stabilizing anymore, and there's the Archon to be like, you thought you got rid of it, but here it is again. Alright, we're at 7. So we have to Binding. I think we're killing the Elite Spellbinder? Yeah. Then we're playing this tapped because it comes in tapped no matter what. And then we'll regrowth the binding. No, we can't regrowth the binding. We'll regrowth the Heartless Act. But are we just dead? Not yet. We're at 1. We have to just top deck here. Did not top deck. Are dead. Right? They have... Well, there's 2 in the air that kills me, so I'd have to kill that with a regrowth or a mission briefing. Costs 4 mana to play a Thassa's Oracle. GG's opponent. We just needed to find one of our many board wipes, and we did not. Like, Shadow's Verdict there would have been a 4-for-1. I like 4-for-1s. 4-for-1s are cool. Oh, that's too bad. I should drink actual water instead of just beer, too. But why would you drink water when there's alcohol in beer? Cheers, everybody. I mean, this hand's not great, but we can IOK into Mind Stone if we think we need to. Yeah, the stuff the fish stay in. I've heard it's good for you. I'm not really wanting to try it, but I guess this is tea anyway, so it's not really water. But it's closer to good for me than double IPAs are. Ugh. Alright, what do we got? Wishclaw Talisman. Hell yeah, I'm already happy and I don't know what's happening. What's amazing is... Oh man, are we gonna get to like... We gotta go Mind Stone here. Because if they pass us this... There's oh, I should have played Cold Steel Heart. Derp. I thought I'd get a free search for the win. That's what I was thinking, Kev. Alright, so they're gonna give it to me, but... Oh, is it gonna do we have enough? Well, we have Inquisition, so I think we Inquisition them. And then we'll have 5 mana the next turn. Because we only have 4 mana here, so we can't activate this and Thassa's. Oh, they're just doing this. Okay, that's not that bad. Maybe they'll get an Ugin, is what they're hoping, and get rid of the Wishclaw. They got a Genesis Ultimatum, so this could be good or bad. Let's hope for bad. For them, not for us. They're clicking a bunch of cards, so probably not good for us. Okay, they have an Ulamog. I think we can beat that? Yeah. So we're gonna... What do we do? We can't hold up Saw It Coming because I misplayed with the Cold Steel Heart. I'm gonna Inquisition just to check what's going on. I'm gonna take the Swish Claw. And then I'm just gonna Cold Steel Heart on blue. Play a tap land. Hope they don't exile Pact and win. Is it in this pile? It's not in the pile. We did it! We did it! Oh, this is awesome. Alright, let's get this out of the way just to make sure we have enough mana. Go get the blue. Let's tap this for colorless. Activate Wishclaw Talisman. I would like Tainted Pact, please. Control Oracle. Tainted Pact. Boom! We had their hand visible to us. So they had a Genesis Ultimatum, a Kiora Best the Sea God, and a Stonecoil Serpent. Beating an Ulamog feels fantastic. I think that's the first time in my life my opponent's been like, turn to Ulamog. And I go, yeah, I can beat that. Oh, that's funny. I don't think I've ever been staring down an Ulamog and felt that confident. But when they gave me the opportunity, man, that was sweet. Yeah, so that game's like the highlight of my night right there. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Is double disruption with a Golos enough? We got Cling to draw some cards. This hand's terrible. Oh, I've cast some early Ulamogs, but not in Historic, that's for sure. So I think we just take Scavenging Ooze. That's the one that can screw with me the most. That's the one I pick. And then I think we're taking away their Questing Beast because... Yeah, put on the... So it wasn't cast. It was put on the battlefield with an ultimatum, which made it significantly easier to beat. If they had cast it, I think we lose that game. Or at least are more likely to lose the game. They probably get rid of the Wishclaw Talisman that we had under our control. So they can cast a Spellbreaker next turn. Do I still pick Questing Beast because that card is a just absolute beating? I think so. Yeah, because we can block the rest of them with Golos if we get to that point. We cannot block them. We can't block Questing Beast and be happy about it. They're probably just going to hit me for 3 here. Yep. We need to find some lands, which we did not. Do they have a non-creature spell? We have a non-creature spell. Let's get rid of my own IOK to draw a card to see. Yeah, Memory Lapse. That's pretty good. We'll just try to slow shit down a little bit here. Yeah, I don't think we would have won that game if they would have got to cast it. We would have been down 2 permanents. Most likely Wishclaw and like one of our blue lands or something. We're just going to Memory Lapse that. Slow the game down. We're really hoping there's a land on top of our deck though, because if there's not, we probably are getting closer to losing. We're going to 10 here. Yeah. Mindstone is almost a land. I think we just gotta hope for untapped land off the top, Golos stabilize, Time Warp, do some shenanigans. Oh, so we're gonna take 7, 8 here. We're taking, no, 2, 4, 6, yeah, we're taking 8. I think we're dead. We need untapped blue land that doesn't shock me. Well, we can get shocked. We're at 3. They chose not to scavenge and use me down to 2, which I think is a mistake. Maybe they just want to hold up Heroic Intervention. That's fine, I guess. So we're looking for untapped blue source, Time Warp, Tainted Pact. That is not it. So if we kill one dude, we die. Good games. Alright, we probably got time for like one more game of the Tainted Pacts. That didn't go so well on that game. Aggro decks are tough if you don't draw one of your board wipes. We've got like every 4 mana black board wipe that you can play in Historic in the deck. But, and like Cry of the Carnariums in the sideboard. We need to put a Mastermind as acquisition in this. That's what I think is still missing. Alright, we have Solve the Equation and Tainted Pact. Okay, this is hilarious. We have this piece of the combo and a card that can only go get that part of the combo. I'm so close to being able to combo still with it, I'm going to keep it. Eliminate. They showed me colorless land. I'm going to bottom eliminate. If we had a second Tainted Pact, we could just Tainted Pact for the Thassa's. Oh, we can? No, we can't. Cause, well, technically we can't. So there's a line here where we can solve the equation for, yeah. So we're going to do that. We're going to solve the equation for a regrowth. And just kind of see how this works. They've got the engine online. That's not good for us. So what are we doing this turn? We can't go for the win this turn, but we can Tainted Pact for the Oracle. And then regrow the Tainted Pact. Oh, so they've got 4 cards that are getting to untap with a Paradox Engine. I'm feeling like time is running out. It's going to take 2 full turns to be able to do everything I want to do here. Oh, we can do this on their end step. Let's do that. That cuts a turn off of it, at least. Still. Ugin the Ineffable. That's actually not as bad as it could be. Yeah, they're just going to make a 2-2. We're fine with that. We're going to cast Tainted Pact. Decline. 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 I mean, depending on where our Thassa's Oracle is, we technically could win this way. We're going to take that one. And then we're going to cling our own solve the equation to try to draw into something here. Actually, Brainstorm's playable. Let's do that. Put back the World Tree and Overgrown Tomb. Sure, that's fine. Sure. Alright, so we don't have enough mana to Thassa's Oracle Regrowth. So, do we... I think we search. And I'm gonna put the Tainted Pact back in my hand. And then we'll just put Port of Carfel into play, just in case they kill my Thassa's Oracle here. And then we're hoping that they don't have a bunch of colorless spells in hand, that they get to go off with Ugin and Chromatic Lantern. It's looking like they don't have a ton here. Yeah. Are they going to kill my Search for Azcanta? If their play is kill Search for Azcanta, I think we're in good shape. Play Solemn, yeah, that's good. Yeah, it doesn't matter if the Oracle dies. I was more thinking if they they're playing black, so if they Thought Seize it, and then we could bring it back that way. Gonna feel real dumb if they're playing counter spells in this deck, because I could have held up Jwari Disruption, but I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter now that this is resolving. We got there. Yeah. Taking them down with the Tainted Pact again. This deck's been fun. If this is something that people want to see more often, right now my plan is for my Tuesday stream to be primarily janky historic decks, and then we'll do some Strixhaven drafts right now, and once it's a new set, we'll draft that set. But basically, we're gonna do a lot of drafting and a lot of historic. There is a there's a mono white all uncommon standard deck that recently 5-0'd on Moto that I would consider trying to play that in standard if people want to see some standard jank, that it's just all freaking commons and uncommons. But yeah, this has been pretty fun. Draft went 1 win less than we were hoping for, so we lost out on some gems. I think the deck was good. We just hit some good opponents and some rough beats. We had our last game stabilized, and then our opponent off the top of their deck ripped Bury in Books into Swords to Plowshares. And it just was vomit-inducing. And then I screwed up and could have chump blocked to stay alive because I forgot how Swords to Plowshares works. So that was how that ended, was them vomit-inducingly getting 2 awesome cards off the top, and then me choosing not to chump block to die instead of have a chance to rip a card off the top. I don't think we had very many outs, but we would have still, we would have got to see what the top of our deck was. That's more than we got to do. Cauldron Familiar. Alright, so we're against Sacrifice. I think we have a chance to do something here. Maybe should have played Island and Brainstormed there. Now we can just Thoughtseize and still Brainstorm. Binding's the only card that really matters, and it doesn't matter that much. Alrighty. Their hand's bad. It's real bad against us. 2 kitty cats, but you're hitting for 1 to 2 a turn now? I don't feel real bad about that. Alright, let's Brainstorm just to see what we hit. Let's put back... There's a chance I want to get rid of this Binding. Probably Binding and Baleful Mastery. I'm not sure I want to draw either one of them right now. I'd rather have the Binding, I think. I'm not sure. We're going to go for black. I think here I just want to Supreme Will, Cylinder Vision, Censor. I don't really care about taking 2. We'll counter something if it's actually affecting the board. Right now these Cauldron Familiars don't matter. Thoughtseize me. Yeah. We've got enough cards still that I'm good with getting Thoughtseized here. They probably take... Yeah, I think Cylinder Vision is the right call there. It's a land, if nothing else. Let's cycle Censor, and then is this an instant? It is, so I could exile one of these to give them a card. Yeah. I'm just trying to slow them down, and we still have Supreme Will as a way to counter things. Plus we hit the Fabled Passage. I'm going to hold up here, though, because I think Supreme Will makes them rethink casting Gigantha here, and then we get to Chemist's Insight. They know our whole hand, but... yeah, I'm going to say no to that, I think. Actually, I'm not. They can have it, and then I'll just Binding it next turn, and I'm going to draw 2 cards so that I am digging towards winning this game instead of just spinning our wheels. I think countering that with a Supreme Will is just spinning wheels here. I mean, they can give it haste. I don't really care. They chose not to use it. Yeah, we'll take our 1. Cast a Chemist's Insight. Draw 2 cards. They can't do anything about it. They're going to sack a creature. Bottom a card. What do we got? We got an Extinction Event. That seems like the home run hitter here. So we're going to click Odd. Let's get this right, because we've already screwed up Extinction Event once tonight. The answer is Odd. They should sack their Cauldron Familiar here. We'll see if they do it. That's correct. Alright, so they got that part right. I am still fine with just getting rid of that creature. They get to play a Gigantha here if they want to. I'll just blow it up. That's fine with me. Yeah, we're just blowing up Gigantha. Playing Botanical Sanctum. They have 2 dead cards in hand, effectively. They drew a land. We feel good here, but at the same time we don't have any of our pieces. So I don't know why we feel good. I'm gonna go Overgrown Tomb, I guess. We'll explore. We'll put this into play, and then we're just gonna pass. We're probably Chemistry's Insighting unless we get to Supreme Will. Yeah, we'll just discard Cold Steel Heart here. Draw 2 cards. Alright, we got a Balagad Recovery, which is nice to have. What can we recover? Cylindy Vision? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. We just need to dig here, so we'll probably Cylindy Vision over Supreme Will if it makes sense. Yeah, we'll just cast this now. We'll take a Regrowth. We'll just keep spinning the wheels. Here we're going to play Golos, because hell yeah, we're going to play Golos. And we're going to put the World Tree into play. And then we're going to play Jori Disruption as a land to make sure we get to start doing Golos things. So they've got a Mayhem Devil. That's fine. It doesn't really matter here. So we're going to dig. We're going to go digging. And they're deciding if they want to sacrifice their Mayhem Devil, I guess. Ugh. We didn't really hit anything. So I guess we can cling. Alright. Do we want to have fun? Or do we want a Shadow's Verdict? Or Languish? And then cling when they go to... I think we're going to Languish? Which I should have attacked first, but, you know. Alright, so they're going to nug me for 1. It died. We're going to cling to dust their kitty cat. I'm a moron and forgot how that works. Alright, now we'll Shadow's Verdict to make me feel like I didn't punt, but I wasted an entire removal spell. But I didn't want him to have that kitty in play. Alright, now we are full on Golosing, because hell yeah we are. Maelstrom Pulse, Heartless Act, Temple of... Wow. We're going to bottom that. We will Pulse the Oven. But that's all that really happened there. Alright, well, we still have an active Golos, and they don't really have anything. So that feels good. They can't steal it with the 2 dead cards in their hand. Yeah. This is why I like Golos in this deck. It's just a really sweet backup plan. No, we want to Negate. You will not be... Yeah. Alrighty. Cha-ching. Golos too much for him. Who would have thought it'd be Golos winning the Pact? Well, my plan was to be done at 9. We're at 9:02. So I think I'm going to sign off, guys. I really appreciate everybody that's here. We're going to look at Sunday at 3 o'clock is when we'll be back. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate all the support. We're having fun playing some Tainted Pact in Historic here. Where we need to add, what is it, Masterminds? Yeah, we need to get Masterminds in here. Oh, I don't have one. Well, that would be part of the reason it's not in there, I suppose. No, it's because I said Mattermind. If I could spell. Alright, so now we got that in there. I gotta cut something else. Probably we will acquiesce and cut the Sharknado. There's a couple more cards I want to add. Quick thing too, I created a JParks57 account on Facebook. I'm going to add a group to that where we can talk about historic, talk about drafts, let you know when we're going to go live, those types of things. Eventually I'll get to the 21st century and have a Twitter and different stuff that'll update you when I'm going live. If you can give that account a like, I'll be posting there every time I go live. If you follow the channel and let it give you notifications, you should get a notification every time we go live. Schedule is on the Twitch page. I'm going to try to stick to that, but I may do extra streams. So my wife is a freelance videographer where if she's really, really busy with her job and her life and she's just got to work all night, I'll probably just come hang out with you guys. Yeah. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy the chat help. And we'll see if we can, continue to decrease the misplays. But there'll be some fun ones to look back at on this one. I do have a YouTube channel as well, and Twitch will leave these videos up for 14 days. I'm going to leave them up indefinitely on YouTube. So if you have a favorite moment of me screwing up that you want to go back and watch, they're all listed on YouTube, and I'm doing them by the date they were aired, as well as a number of which Strixhaven Draft it is right now. So that'll give you an idea of how far into the format we were at that point. Thank you all so much for being here, and we'll see you next time.